Hey everybody, this is James Hatton.
And this is Podcast Rob of the Something Something Cast.
You are listening to Blacker Than Black Times Infinity
on the #Modern Family Podcast Network.
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been getting cooked by Disney all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Blacker Than Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Strategy, coming to you live and direct from the Dro. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. Your boy Stitch.
I think we all know it's Elliot that's leaking those Game of Thrones episodes online.
Ooh, god damn. On my far right, engineering on the one shoes, talking people on the three sports corners.
One more year closer to dying.
Oh, yes, we got to go in. In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world. Oh, ninja.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub!
Nice. You on your Rick and Morty bullshit. And last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Whatever happened to the black hole stays in the black hole.
God damn. All right, we back up in here. One more game. Who we got as up in that vault? Anybody?
Nobody yet has commented.
God damn, it's empty.
Well, there's somebody in there. They just haven't commented yet. That's kind of amazing.
All right, say something. Let us know you're alive and breathing.
Our listener of the week would be MJ Hove. What's going on? So that's our...
It's a newbie?
Yeah, it's somebody new. So that's pretty awesome. Thanks for
Looks like
listening.
they're a Nike fan.
Yeah.
What? Very, very dope. Please let us know, especially if we want to see that the vault is working. So be vocal in there.
Yeah.
Like you always
hopefully
are.
people get notified because I know there's been notification problems with
YouTube?
With YouTube, yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Especially around YouTube shit list.
For those of you who are not listening to us live, we actually have a live chat when we do our podcast. So when if you want to chat with us, talk shit, ask questions, you can listen to us live on YouTube. Just go to.
It is 8:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Wednesday night, 8:30.
Wednesday night, it's podcast Wednesday. So
All right.
let's get it cracking.
We got anything in our RIPs before we, with our pouring out liquor? Anything? I don't think we have any.
Not
Not that I'm aware of.
Nothing
not that I'm
noteworthy.
aware, but we are gonna have an RIP we won't be talking about though.
All right. Who want to set up this Virginia?
We're looking at 22.
What? What's going on? Technical?
Not a podcast episode?
Really?
Oh, the numbers are slightly off.
Oh, yeah. Shit,
Stitch,
okay.
set us
I
up.
can fix that.
Well, it seems to be the big news of the past couple days was the incidents of violence that took place in Charlottesville, Virginia, on the University of Virginia campus. I'm not sure if it was actually on the campus or close by, but it's in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, originally there was a sort of protest in reference to trying to remove some of the Confederate monuments or a statue of, I believe it was Robert E. Lee at that location. The groups that like to call themselves, I guess, the alt-right, or in combination of like neo-Nazi. It's where I get a little bit sketchy because don't want to label people as straight up Nazis. We've had this conversation before.
Well, those were straight up Nazis, though. Like,
yeah.
Swastikas were there. The salute was done. There was literally Hitler paraphernalia.
I don't
Did y'all
really go
see-
into subclasses of my scumbag pieces of shit.
Fine.
Or
We're
there,
whatever. But yeah, it's sort of that whole general category of people were there protesting the removal of this statue. While this was going on, a separate group of people protesting the protesters, wanting pretty much equality and wanting the statue removed. People representing Black Lives Matters, other equality groups, and things of that nature.
You talked about which statue? Yes.
Yeah, he mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed it.
They were sort of doing their own counter protests and everything. The incident that took place that everyone is talking about and shown all over the internet and all over the news was a car just plowed into a group of people.
Well, with a driver in it.
With a driver in it, yeah. It was like a gray Dodge Challenger.
It wasn't an old person? They didn't mistake the brake
No,
car for gas?
it was.
This shit was on purpose.
It seemed to be very done maliciously.
Was it a Prius?
Nah.
It was an autopilot. Skynet.
And plowed into a large group of people. They weren't like blocking a highway or anything of that nature. They were assembled, had permission to assemble at the location and doing their own thing, waving flags and et cetera. And this person decided to hop behind the wheel, plow into them and then hit the reverse and try to get the hell out of there.
Flee the scene.
I forget the total number of people that were injured.
19.
19. Okay, 19 people were injured. One person died directly because of the incident, and then it was also reported that 2 Virginia state police officers, in responding to that location in a helicopter, crashed.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're saying that because of the incident, 3 total lives were lost because of the actions of this idiot scumbag that decided to run his car into a group of protesting people.
Yeah.
And that's where I guess we can start with this, because this is a mushroom cloud into I mean, obviously it was a national story when it happened, but it is now branched out into all kinds of sort of political statements and gone into how the president's been handling the situation in terms of trying to, I guess people are criticizing him for saying that there was blame on both sides for what took place, which has a lot of people insanely upset, and I mean, I believe rightfully so, but we'll get into the details about that. And then, I mean, it's just gone on into even the world of sports, like we'll talk about on our podcast for MJ and Kobe, where people have been using this to cite their reason why racism is still obviously alive and well going on in the United States, no matter what people try to say or do, and to combat that. And I mean, we've had this discussion where in New Orleans they were removing monuments.
Yep.
And we've had back and forth with one of our good friends about different viewpoints on it. Obviously, that didn't lead to a violent situation where someone's life was lost. But now we're seeing different states. I saw in Maryland, they took it upon themselves in the dark of night to remove statues.
Yeah, they moved 4 of them.
Yeah, just to sort of get out ahead of it. And even I believe Richard Spencer was scheduled to talk at the University of Florida. They decided to cancel that because they didn't want any sort of violent actions to take place at that campus. Same thing at Texas A&M. They canceled one of those alt-right speakers, as they're called, from appearing on their campus because for security reasons and safety. That's just a very, very tip of the iceberg on where this mountain of a topic.
It's about no shit. Is what it is.
I'm trying to be neutral as I describe the situation for those
You
that
can't
might
be
not
neutral
know.
with Nazis, though. I mean,
You gotta punch him in the face.
I agree,
can't.
but I'm
Like
just telling
Captain
for those that don't know. I don't know if I mean Dirty Stu's out in Scotland. I don't know how much he's heard of the incident out there. So I'm just
are they like the IRA?
yeah.
Shit, that's not Scotland.
He's like,
Goddamn,
I
I'm sorry,
thought
Stu.
Nazis were gone.
Well, they
Yeah, this
are
is a shit
for
story,
the most
man.
part. Yeah.
Either people
Yeah.
general.
This
Go ahead.
shit was,
There's no Third Reich.
it was pretty crazy. Like, what I thought was hilarious, like, literally when I saw them walking with tiki torches,
Yeah.
I couldn't stop fucking laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys can't even get fucking pitchforks and fucking torches right? You getting tiki torches? You understand that's like Polynesian shit, right? Like, how the fuck you gonna be a racist like that and can't even get, you don't even recognize that shit's from, like, parts of Asia.
Like Walmart
Maybe-
racist.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they got them at Walmart.
Maybe
so.
just way too many mosquitoes that day.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? I gotta use some of this fucking tiki shit.
That's just ridiculous, though. It's like I couldn't believe they were carrying tiki torches, and the fact that they were just coming out and just saying that they were Nazis was fucking crazy. I was just like, how do you
Yeah,
fucking do
I
that
was
today?
It's weird.
One of the many things that throws me for a loop is just like the blatant just disregard for their hatred, that how vocal they are and just putting their faces out there.
I think it's great. Actually,
I'm not. Well,
Yeah.
It was surprising that no times people like to hide behind the mask of Twitter or Facebook and say they're
white
racist,
hood.
dumb shit, or even a hood. These people are just out full force, showing their faces, waving these swastika flags, and just acting a fucking fool. They're just so blatant with it and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's funny now that a lot of these people are losing their jobs because they were dumb enough to put their faces out there, and their employers be like, hey, we need you to go talk to human resources and bring your playbook and your apron or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing, and you gotta hit the road.
So, what I know is Friday or Saturday night, the driver of the Challenger was caught. Did they find out whose side he was aligned with?
Oh, he was part of the neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
He was a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, they have a photo of him like lined up sort of like
I haven't seen the photo.
Yeah.
I didn't know they posted a photo of him.
yeah, they have they showed his jail
from
photo.
Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio.
Why am I not
And he
surprised?
and they actually
Matt.
the news released
God
that
damn it.
information about his past. Like he's a known he's
A
been
known white
arrested.
supremacist.
Well, that and he's also been arrested for like abusing his mom and some other crazy shit.
If you're from
Wow.
Ohio, why the fuck do you
Oh,
care about the
shit.
Confederacy? What sort of?
Because
You're already in the North, dumbass. The North shall rise. Wait a minute.
Oh,
It makes
wow.
sense. We won.
Yeah, it's just weird. I believe it was Kronos who was talking about we went to war against the Nazis. It was the Axis versus the Allies, and they were trying to take over territory. Pretty much.
It's another band of fucking losers. They all got together.
Yeah.
The losers of the Confederacy and the losers of the fucking Nazis. They're all getting together and trying to make a loser party.
Yeah.
So, but hey, guess what? I mean, actually, I'm glad that they came out. I'm sorry that people died and got injured and shit like that. But I'm glad they all decided to come out and make sure that we knew who the fuck they were.
that's
You know,
This is true.
I do have a point that I want to make though. Something that we've been missing for like since Jesus, like the 90s.
I thought you meant like Jesus when he came.
No, yeah, no, we definitely
Jesus down.
don't need Jesus.
Hey,
Oh, boy.
I had his autograph. What y'all talking
Yeah.
about?
No, but I mean, the point of de-escalation. You know, I've been going through. I've watched the CNN show, the 90s. It's a great fucking show. If y'all haven't watched it, they have ones from like the 60s, 70s, 80s. Now they're the 90s. Greatest decade ever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Not biased.
Yeah, I'm not biased at all. But a lot of this shit is like the starting of what we're seeing today started back in the 90s. And so, some of it even before that. But we had shit back in the 90s that really started. And it started with Waco when they went through and they said that they tossed in CS gas and ended up burning the whole fucking place down.
Yeah.
That's when we had this whole like super right movement kind of kick off, is because that's when people started training into like militias and shit like that.
Wait. When was the Oklahoma City bombing?
That was after that.
Yeah, that was way after.
Was that was after?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the guy that did that went to Waco, and that's one of the that he got inspired, and he saw them burning down, and that's why he bombed. One of the reasons why he bombed that building. So yeah, and nobody really paid attention to it that much, and nobody decided to de-escalate anything from either side. And I see like from both sides, nobody's like tried to really fix problems and de-escalate it so things can get better. They just kind of pushed it away. You know, oh, black people, fuck you. We don't really fucking care. Oh, you got problems with the government because we shot whoever the fuck because they had their guns. Oh, fuck you. Just go away. But nobody fucking forgets that shit.
Yeah.
Especially when like you're directly affected and nobody's trying to understand their side of the story. I'm not trying to give excuses for fucking neo-Nazis, all right? What I'm saying though is that at some point here in America, we need to de-escalate shit on both sides. We need to sit down with people that are on the Black Lives Matter side and like really understand what their problems are and see if we can come up with solutions for that. And from that side, obviously they need to like, they're doing okay right now, but they've had violence in the past and like nobody can ignore that. And with these neo-Nazi motherfuckers, it's like, what the fuck do they really want in America? You know what I mean? Somebody needs to, obviously they probably have stupid ass demands, but somebody needs to listen to them and see what they fucking want.
I don't
And
even
see,
know what
for
their
me,
demands are.
well, for me, I don't give a fuck about the demands of neo-Nazis. I mean, I know what they are
Same here.
in a sense because it's a extremely hateful and violent history, and we even saw and heard some of that audio and visuals from this past weekend.
Yeah. But how are you going to fix that though?
Well, to me, you handle it like the terrorist group that they are, and you infiltrate and bust and arrest and make it a law enforcement thing. When you're talking about people who are actively doing violent and inciting violent things.
Well, but we've had other groups here in America that have incited violent things, and nothing has really happened. Even I can almost guarantee, even with this group, nothing's really gonna happen except for that one guy.
Well, nothing's happened in the past. I mean, it isn't like the first time we had to deal with like
Yeah.
stuff like this. And
Look what
they're still
happened.
around.
What was
But to
that
me-
last year? The militia group that took over the government building in Oregon. What the fuck happened to them? They
Nothing
got
happened.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah, same thing with the people in Nevada, the ranchers,
and
shit.
that's the thing though, is that they had legit concerns. Like they were taking, actually their concerns were kind of stupid because
I was gonna say.
they took over this building that it was clearly fucking a public land. They were using it for their own use. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But but there's other things where it's like, it seems like there's two sides that we just keep escalating further and further up, and nobody's like trying to sit down and like talk to people and be like, hey, what the fuck? Is there any way we can get through this without fucking violence? You know what I mean?
Well, the question also is, are they willing to talk? Because they're kind
Yeah.
of on that.
Yeah, they're kind of that.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Well-
they're doing the salute and yelling and screaming. They're saying, get the fuck out of our country or my country.
Yeah, it's definitely not their country.
Yeah, so there's kind of that kind of thing. I mean, I did see. I was telling Blue before we started the cast that if you watch, I believe it's on HBO Vice. There's an Asian American. He sits down with a white nationalist and talk about the situation and what he believes and what he wants for America. And it's kind of interesting, but it gets heated a little bit in their discussion.
Well, I would like it to be on national TV so people can like literally hear their demands and laugh at it.
Well, yeah,
and, like mock
we
them.
saw Kamal Bell.
I was about
do
to say
that.
we had he had an episode on it
That's
on his
true.
show, where
Yeah.
he actually went and spoke with a group, and I mean, you see that it's really there's no basis on what it is. That it's just like a lot of stuff that they believe and they perceive as being wrong, and they're being taken advantage of, and where their history is being erased, and it just feels like they're losing in their mindset.
Well, they have.
And
I mean, if you're a Nazi, you've already lost. If you're a fucking Confederalist, you've already fucking lost.
Well, also the white
this is true.
nationalists are the ones who are afraid that they'll become a minority in America, feeling as if they were the ones that had so much power, and then if they become a minority, they lose power.
Well, they don't have. Those people don't have power. Like they don't. So that's the reason why they're in these little fucking tiny ass groups because they don't have any fucking power.
Well, it's a lot like a cult. You know?
Well, yeah, for sure.
I would say it's guaranteed a cult.
Yeah, and I don't know. Here's my thing: when you're talking about folks who are organizing and trying to carry out violence, I got no patience for understanding anything. For me, it's just
That's the problem is that we're gonna keep having these problems if nobody tries to like calm shit down. Like we can keep saying throw them in jail, but they taught their kids.
Oh.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
I totally hear that. I think that you have to do the law enforcement stuff for certain,
Yeah,
and then at the same time, you can try to teach
that's
non-hateful
different,
stuff, but how effective is it? I mean, when you're a shitty parent and you're teaching your kids shitty stuff about racism and bullshit like that, the government, we don't want the government coming in and
you can't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, America's sort of handcuffed in that aspect in terms of we can't go in someone's home and tell people how to what
you
values
believe.
and
Yeah, you can't
what
tell you what
moral
you believe.
beliefs you should be raising your kids, even though we all think it's fucked up.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
CPS takes kids away all the fucking time.
Well, but
Whoa,
not for belief, not for belief system.
It's
think
usually
you
if the
can.
child's in danger.
Yeah, if you're teaching your kids some real fucked up shit, I'm pretty sure you can
For
they
a
can take your kids
belief
away.
system,
For
you
a
have an
belief?
example?
Like if you were a Satanist and shit like that, I'm pretty sure they could take your kids away.
Only
Actually, no.
You know, you have a freedom of religion.
So if they're Satanists, if they performed any kind of animal sacrifice and the children were present, if they harm the children, then CPS will
But see,
take
those
the
are
kids.
deeds, very different
Yes,
from the belief system.
Yeah,
So,
belief.
like
I don't-
believing in pig fucking and then actually pig fucking.
God
That's two different things.
Yeah, that's true.
It was to save a princess.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If people worship rocks and have like rocks as their alien savior, there's nothing really anyone can say.
Yeah, but then
if they're throwing the rocks at people saying that they're saving them, then that becomes a problem.
Yeah, but then also to further handcuff the situation where you, as an American citizen, you're allowed to peacefully assemble. Now, this is where it gets sketchy because you can't deny someone the right to assemble and protest. That's what we're founded on.
Permit.
Now, obviously, time after time after time, it seems like these type of assemblies turn violent and cause destruction and vandalism and all kinds of chaos. But unless you sort of, like you mentioned about having law enforcement be involved, it's really hard for them to be proactive on this without infringing upon that right that they have to assemble.
I'm going to call bullshit just a little bit, and only because, and I'm not an expert on this, so please fact check me, everybody listening to my voice. But I know that for the Patriot Act and for terrorist cells, there is some preemptive work.
That's a problem,
security.
Right? Well, no, you can't. So this is the problem with calling them terrorists is because technically they haven't really killed anybody like in a very long fucking time.
I would say that's not true even with today or with this weekend for someone.
I haven't heard of a Nazi killing anybody in like fucking a long time.
This person this weekend
was a
neo-Nazi.
That's what I'm saying. That's the first one I've heard in like basically I can't even think of the last one.
It gets sketchy on how you want to. If they are part of a organized cell, like the kid who blew up the church in South Carolina, he was in his mind waving out flags and doing salutes and stuff. Now, is he just acting on his own, or is he part of a bigger thing where someone said, "Hey, we're going to make a stand today"? And it's not operating, I guess, like ISIS in terms of like they have a set leader that's sending off individual pawns to go do these destructive acts. It's just sort of these individuals that try to ratchet it up to level 12 and do some dumb shit that ends up taking people's lives and doing shit like that.
Well, some of the shit that I think that could be fucked up is treason for some of these guys. Depending on what kind of signs that they're putting up, it could be treasonous. But I haven't looked through this entire story, so I haven't seen all their signs. I'm trying to look through it now, but well, even still, like I think Nazism is still treasonous to America, and so to me, so is like the Confederate flag. It's treasonous.
I personally,
I could hear you on that.
Yeah.
You know, something I learned recently is that the Confederate flag that a lot of people that you popularly see, like with the X and stuff like
Star
that,
and bars.
isn't even like the actual Confederate flag. That's actually the flag for General Lee. That was his like war symbol, whatever, his flag, and like the actual Confederate flag is not that at all.
Yeah. But regardless, so anytime you see these group of peoples, these neo-Nazis, these supremacists rallying and gathering, you see the swastika flag, you see the stars and bars, and then unfortunately they try to throw the American flag in that as if that's part of what we're about.
Did you see the flag that was made of all three?
Oh yeah, they did get
The one that got me though was there was someone who was in, I believe, the 82nd or had a hat on from the 82nd Airborne.
Yeah.
And then of course doing the Nazi salutes and all that.
The military was all over his ass.
Yeah, where the 82nd Airborne I think landed at D-Day, correct me if I'm wrong, or something like that. They were deeply involved in liberating Europe.
Yeah.
And the military was like,
what are you doing?
You disrespectful fucking cuck, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy. They actually released some of the audio from the accident, from the guy running through the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's fucking really hard to watch because you can hear people screaming, you can hear
atrocious.
bodies bouncing off the car. It's fucking
so
sad.
what I saw one news outlet do is they had multiple Twitter videos of the incident. So there was literally, from what I saw 6 different views of one incident.
Yeah.
And it was like terrifying.
Yeah, people were like
you can
periscoping
see,
it and everything.
Yeah, I saw the Periscope one. There was a couple Twitter videos, but when you see this dude just plow through, like one of the videos I saw, there's a guy walking away from the crowd, and you can hear an engine rev.
Oh, he's
So you hear it
accelerating into it.
Well, no, the engine revs first. The guy turns to see what's revving, and then you see the car, and then it takes off, and he follows it as it plows into the crowd. And everyone that was like kind of in the way, people had jumped out because the way the person was, they're on a side street away from the large crowd of people. It was like looking at Bourbon Street when you're on one of the side streets. And there's people that like jumped out of the way as he barrels down one of these side streets, and people screaming.
People were walking in the direction, and the guy was coming towards them.
Yeah,
let's be really honest, though. I mean, we've seen some vehicular, purposeful attacks, like in Europe and whatnot. We have always, in all of the Western European countries and in America, called this terrorism. Why is that label being not so forcefully used?
With this,
No, well, I think who wasn't calling them terrorists?
Initially,
The president.
yeah.
Oh well, I can't even. That guy right now,
And
is
people like the president.
No.
On his boat
yeah,
of idiotic.
The thing about that dude is he's so fucking stupid. He is just so fucking. I told you. This is my solid belief is that he's trying to get himself impeached.
And it's not working because like this fool literally said that the neo-Nazis and the people who were protested down in the South are both like guilty.
Well,
of
so
the same
both sides
shit.
had violence, and I was like,
Yeah.
in this instance, no, the other side clearly had no violence. The other one killed her people.
yeah, and
Like,
then
what the fuck?
the anti alt-right or whatever they were calling themselves, they were in much smaller number than the alt-right, white nationalists, whatever they were.
And even that, to me, is neither here nor there in terms of defending this incident, this act of terrorism where someone died.
Yeah.
You know, where someone purposely drives a vehicle into a crowd, wanting to kill multiple people, backs up and tries to leave. You know.
Yeah, there's one.
How you can't defend that.
Yeah, there's one video I saw where they were trying to pull the guy out of the car.
Well, what he tried to say too was that he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for all the facts to come out." It's like, bitch, he killed 3 people, and he was a Nazi that was at the rally. Those are the facts that you need to know.
Like, it's on film.
Yeah.
There's people witness. There's like all this evidence.
And it's a softball question with the press too. You know what I mean? It's not something that's partisan. It's not something that
Nazis are bad.
Yeah.
Like that's really all I had to say.
Well, you don't need to consult your advisors about how should I handle this situation.
He doubled down twice on it, and it
Shit, they make video games about killing Nazis.
Yep, B.J. Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
You know, what was my boy from Inglourious Bastards? Lieutenant
Oh.
Aldale Raines, or
Yeah, was that the quote unquote the Jew? Is that what they called him?
no, the Bear Jew was another guy.
Yeah, that's Eli Roth.
Like
Yeah.
I
It was
know
awesome.
that, you know, as American citizens, we all have the right to freedom of speech, but there should be a limit to like spewing hate. Like you shouldn't have freedom of speech if you're talking about hating somebody or trying to, you know, throw out negative shit out there.
Inciting violence, you cannot do under your freedom of speech.
Exactly. Inciting, promoting, encouraging violence, then that's goes in a
hate
riot.
speech. I know. I mean, we've seen cases of where hate speech, where people have gone, you know, to court about what they say. But I mean, I think under the freedom of speech, you should be able to say whatever you want as long as it isn't directing people to do violence or harm others. Like, you can say you hate, I don't know, cartoon characters as much as you want. But then when you're but then but when you're saying let's attack voice actors, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
It was just a weird. I'm just curious, and I'm glad a lot of these other places are shutting down these future speeches, because I think it just appeared like logistically, like they had no control of the situation that was going on in that entire city.
Well, let me just say this: there is a lot of planned events coming up.
Oh yeah.
There's one coming to the Bay.
There's one coming to San Francisco, and I believe another one coming to Berkeley.
Right.
They're going to Berkeley. That's like the worst spot to go.
And San Fran. I mean, that's.
Well, that's why I think it's like
tough.
I think that's what they want shit to pop off by going into these locations where you have a very liberal population, and you want to go out there and just start spewing your crazy ideas that it's gonna go off as violent, and it's gonna be crazy. And if you are about fucking preaching whatever it is that you want to preach, regardless of if it's unpopular or whatever, why the fuck are you showing up in riot gear? What is having a fucking baton and a fucking police shield and fucking full out like body armor with like phone books underneath it? What does that have to do with you trying to tell people your opinion? What does that have to do with free speech? What are you preparing yourself for?
You know,
if you're not ready for shit to pop off on what you're about to say.
Well, but at the same time, that's how some of these other protesters do it too, from the other side.
Well, either side.
Yeah, they're both sides.
Why are you getting dressed up like the fucking Juggernaut if you are just trying to give a speech about something?
Yeah.
I believe that the whole protest for them was just to save the Confederate statues.
It was about the statue. That's how it initially started off.
Yeah.
But Friday night was one of the incidents where there was anti-protesters, and then they get surrounded, and then they start getting beat on.
Just remove all those motherfucking participation trophy statues.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's in a fucking museum. Melt that shit down or whatever.
The ones we've talked about this a bunch of times. The ones on government property are an issue.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I also want to point out, most of them weren't put up right after the Civil War. Most of them were put up in the 20th century during Reconstruction and Jim Crow, like 1920s, 1930s, and whatnot. Years after the Civil War and whatnot. Years after some of these folks were even dead.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I try to do a little research on some of these statues just to kind of get a backstory of who these people were, and a lot of them weren't that great of people.
No, of course.
Yeah. and do you think that these people that have these statues, would they be standing for the national anthem?
Oh, wow.
They wouldn't. Yeah.
No, but that's their problem also. Stand for this flag, but we're gonna keep this statue up and revere this person that wanted to kill fucking for going against America.
Literally, you're talking about treason. I mean, that textbook definition, treason and separation from the United States. And wow.
Yeah, it was just craziness all around. And then I'm just more concerned about more rallies popping up across the nation.
It's happening.
Where there's probably going to be more violence. And I'm just glad that there are no children involved, as far as that I know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything about small children
I
being hurt.
don't have the full list of who was hurt quite
Yeah.
yet, but
the lady that got killed, she was like a college student.
Yeah,
she wasn't.
was
She was like in her
early
20s. Yeah.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And she was white too. which-
Managed to kill a white person.
Yeah.
That's fucking ironically ironic and fucked up.
Yep.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that like Klan members or something killed a white person for standing up for a black person. So.
Or standing with them or whatnot. Yeah.
Well, don't get it twisted. They hate a lot more than just black people, a lot more than just Mexicans. It's gay people. It's people, Jewish folks.
Their new thing is Muslims.
Yeah, it's people who are Catholic. I mean, it goes wide.
Extra
deep. The hate does not like stop exclusively on just one quote unquote group of people.
You know, I was thinking too, like if they want to wave the Confederate flag, they should wave also like the Spanish flag or like the Mexican flag, because you know those people lost their lands too, and French people.
The French flag as well. Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
That would require them to understand history.
God,
asking too much.
Fucking rewriting history.
God damn.
Damn.
All right. Any other last?
No, I just think this is going to continue, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah,
We haven't
for
seen the
sure.
last of this type of bullshit behavior.
Unfortunately, I agree with
I
you.
also want to say, if you turn a blind eye to all this and you think like, oh, you know, let them speak, just if you ignore it, it'll just go away. You're fucking dumb.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, it's gonna escalate more because you know if it's a small group, they're gonna eventually keep growing into a bigger and bigger group. So you need to shut that.
They
shit
want to
down.
be legit. They want to be legitimate. You know what I mean?
We don't have anybody who's actually in a position of authority to stop this. It seems like the person who could stop this is encouraging it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean it's the same fucked up shit that we saw with inner city issues that just keep going on. They keep passing the buck. You know, every goddamn presidential election they just pass the buck. They want to talk about how they're going to help poor people in places where we have high violence, and nobody fucking does anything. This is a very similar problem. Very similar problem. Like everybody thought that when our last president got elected that he was going to really help out all these problems, but nothing got fucking fixed. Nothing even got touched. You know what I mean? Like we still have very poor education in inner cities. We still have fucking food deserts where you can't even find a goddamn grocery store. You still have places where you can't even find a fucking job. And nobody's fixed that at all, and it just keeps getting worse and fucking worse.
The
only thing I'll say though, real quick, is even with that being the case, it's never an excuse for violence.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? Like
it's
just
not.
because you're poor and got shitty
no.
grocery stores, you shouldn't be doing violence. I don't care who you are.
But it's gonna cause people to be angry because if you're growing up in squalor and you can't fucking get out of there,
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And it's literally the odds are stacked against them from birth if they're born in that environment.
Yeah.
And nobody's fucking helping them.
Do you feel that the all black? Oh shit, what is it called?
The alt-right
or alt-right?
No, the Black Lives Matter group. Do you feel that they could be like the new version of the Black Panthers?
No.
I feel like they're way too disorganized.
I'll say it. They're fucking awful. They're awful. They've incited violence before. The shit they're asking for is fucking stupid. They have no fucking leader. They have nobody that's leading people to do anything that's constructive.
Yeah.
So if they had something like that, then that'd be great. But they have literally criminals in their organization that are in high positions that are stealing money from fucking colleges and shit like that and calling for violence. And that's not what I mean. Black Panthers obviously they had some violence as well, but it was for shit like they want to keep guns and for protection. It wasn't for dumb shit. And they were fighting for fucking real rights.
Yeah.
Like right now we have the same rights as everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems that I have with that movement.
Yeah, I just consider Black Lives Matter a hashtag. It's a hashtag that people just get behind and just say, I'm down with this. A hashtag and a T-shirt that people just throw on and pretend like they're down with the movement. When
I feel like people...
it's to me, it's personally disgraceful for like actual civil rights movements that in groups that happened and did shit back in the day.
Yeah. See, this like I was saying, Crows said it too. They're kind of like headless. There's no... Every time people try to point out a leader for the Black Lives Matter movement, it's always someone different. And then they claim themselves that they're not a leader, that they're just, in it. Like Tommy Loren, she kept pointing out like this one person, that person themselves was like, I'm not a leader. Like he claimed to be, but then he goes to jail. Then they have like 4 other people that are leaders and they come out and say like, no, I was just, a cog in the wheel or whatnot.
Well, I think that's a problem with the black community in general, is that we haven't had a real fucking solid leader in a real fucking long time. Like
Pat Riley.
Like what?
Michael Gumble. Holy shit!
There's like nobody.
I was like, wait, what?
Especially somebody that doesn't have a certain layer of scum already on them. You know what I mean? Like I think Martin Luther King Jr. might have been the last one. Like I don't put fucking what's the guy? Al Sharpton up there. I don't put Jesse fucking Jackson up there. Like we're basically leaderless. Not that we need a fucking leader, but you know, everybody else has some sort of leader. You know, it'd be nice to have somebody to look up to, and we're just not getting it.
I made you think of a Tina Turner song. We don't need another hero.
Yeah, I mean, some people might think, we had Barack Obama, but I mean, not really. To be honest with you,
that was a president.
He was a president. Yeah,
that's very different from a civil rights leader.
Right, yeah. But he had the opportunity to definitely right some wrongs, and it just didn't happen. As far as I'm concerned,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
It's a hard job though, being a president though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's a shitty. Nobody should want that fucking job.
Yeah.
Nobody should want that
job. A lot of people do, and Trump wanted it and got it, and he doesn't know what to do with it. So that's like chasing after them thick girls, and finally get one. You don't know how to go deep.
All right.
On that note,
where else we going, gentlemen?
What else we got?
All right. Actually, you know what? I'm taking it. Sam Jackson. It's got a legitimate beef in my mind with the MCU and Disney. He is not going to be in Avengers 3. He is not going to be in Avengers 4. He will also not be in Black Panther.
Motherfucker!
Sam Jackson, for those of you who don't know.
He will be in
hold on, motherfucker! Hold on. Sam Jackson, for those of you who don't know, was actually the biggest star in the MCU when this started. Bigger than Chris Evans. Bigger than Robert Downey fucking Jr. Obviously bigger than ScarJo and anybody else. When this shit started in 2008. They ain't putting respect on his goddamn name right now. He needs to be in Avengers.
Do we know why?
Well,
does it? For me, it doesn't. They've made a mistake, and I don't care about their reasons unless they have.
Is it scheduling conflicts?
Because it doesn't sound like it because he has beef with them. He's calling them out right now.
Because I mean, he's in everything. He's constantly doing a lot of projects.
He has a movie this weekend.
He makes room for things that are in.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, is it a scheduling conflict?
For 3 movies? Nah.
Well, I mean, look, they had scheduling conflict with goddamn Superman, and they're CGIing out his fucking mustache.
Yeah,
they can make room for fucking Sam Jackson.
Remember what I said? The biggest name, the only real true household superstar, because Robert Downey Jr. had a lot of issues before Iron Man, was Sam Jackson.
I mean, in the first Iron Man, he has a cameo.
But I'm just saying, MCU he was the biggest name. Am I wrong about that? If you got another name, speak up.
What did he actually say in reference to the beef? I was like, what do we know? Do we have a quote from him?
I don't have the exact quote, but his quote was, "I'm not in it, and I'm not happy."
Well, no,
I'm upset.
In the movie,
paraphrase.
His character,
he's bending over the old ninja speculation.
I'm speculating, but this was a real story.
Okay. Is his character in the last? Was his character in the last Avenger movie?
We haven't seen him since.
Well, no,
the character was not in Civil War.
His character died.
No, he came back.
Pretended to die.
Winter Soldier or Age of Ultron was the last time we saw him.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Age of Ultron.
Probably Age of Ultron.
I know he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where he passed the mantle of
but that was right after. That was right after Winter Soldier, though.
The other thing is, without Sam Jackson's Nick Fury, you don't have anybody with any strategy or experience. I mean, Cap was in the military, but he was low level.
He wasn't even there for that long.
And he wasn't there for that long. I mean,
he got frozen.
This is a career spy, military service, awesome strategic thinker and whatnot.
I can quote him if you want.
Go ahead. Quote the motherfucker.
So this is what Samuel L. Jackson said. He said, "I wasn't in the quote-unquote superhero argument movie," in reference to Captain America Civil War. I wasn't in Avengers 3 and 4. Oh, I said, I am not in Avengers 3 and 4. They're shooting them now, and they haven't called me yet. They wouldn't let me go to Black Pantherville, so it's kind of
Black Pantherville?
That's what he called it. So it's kind of like you're gonna make a Black Marvel movie and not let Nick Fury show up in it. And he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, I respect that Black Panther because it's off. Like, it's not in the U.S. It's in Wakanda, which we haven't seen, and there's a whole lot of origin story stuff we have to get in there. I can understand why he's not in Black Panther, maybe depending on that story. But Avengers is just fucked up. That's disrespectful. I mean, come on. Speak up.
Okay. Well, I'm still obviously getting all information out. I don't see how he would fit into the Thanos battle. Like, what's he gonna do?
It's not that he's battling
it's
Thanos.
planetary defense with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
And strategy. Like, nobody... Tony Stark is a brilliant inventor and obviously has his suit. Is he a strategy guy for leading militaries or leading a battle plan? No. Cap can do it on the boots on the ground level, but other than that, no. Black Widow, you know she ain't shit. You know what I mean?
But
Hawkeye? Come on now.
Has the Shield even been in any of the MCUs after?
Not really.
It hasn't.
Winter
It is
Soldier?
Maria
weird.
Christina Hill isn't even on, to
she's
my knowledge
missing.
in it.
Okay, let's just play the what if game. Let's say hypothetically, Nick Fury was in Civil War. Then he's
Wait, he is in Civil War.
No, he ain't.
No, he's not.
No.
He just said it. God damn it.
Civil War? You mean Infinity War?
No.
Civil War, he is not in, and
He just
in
talked about
Infinity War, he's not going to be in.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Is he in the comics though?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's all over the comics,
Yeah.
but I mean, white Nick Fury, black Nick Fury, there's
okay,
all of them.
but okay, that would be a huge sort of plot question, I guess, if he was in Civil War, because essentially Civil War came about who knew what and when did you know everything, and essentially Fury knows everything. He's known it from day one. So that would have been interesting to see.
Yes.
When did Fury know? Why didn't Fury say shit? And blah blah blah. I think that might have been a little bit confused. Not to make excuses for these fucking writers, because that's your job. Write this shit. Make it fucking work. I just think maybe they're trying to just ignore where Fury's at. I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense to me. I agree with you.
And he's in Captain Marvel. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't know what's gonna.
But that's 2019 and it's supposed to take place in the 90s.
Yeah,
I mean,
weird.
and I'm okay with him, teaming up, I guess, in Ain't Shit Ass Brie Larson movie. But
what the fuck?
but Avengers, man, he's been in both Avengers. He's supposed to be in the Avengers. The whole reason why they defeated Loki was because he was the rallying cry and getting them to organize and form the Avengers Initiative. Tony didn't do that shit.
Well, then
Nick Fury did.
Tweet at Kevin Feige and Disney and
I'm
explain
curious.
your grievances.
I'm curious to hear their response to his comments. I would be very interested to hear what they have to say in terms of that.
So you're not willing to go out on a limb and say this smells like a fucked up situation?
I want to hear both sides of the argument.
God damn.
Obviously, Sam Jackson lays what it is, and okay.
If he's going public, there's a problem.
Okay, obviously there's a problem because he's not in the goddamn movies. So if he's saying, why haven't y'all called me? I'm looking at the other side of me saying, why haven't you called him? And so I'm looking at them like, why haven't you called?
So you're asking. I'm telling. Y'all fucked up for not
So
telling.
you're speculating.
I'm not speculating. I'm going by what he's saying, and it's the truth. It's on IMDb.
Two sides, motherfucker. Three
Fuck
sides
they
every
side.
story. Yeah, there's three
West
sides every
side,
story.
till we die.
Their side, that side, and the truth. You going on one side. You speculating.
No.
God
The
dang.
truth is he ain't in it so far. He ain't lying.
You don't know why.
But I don't give a fuck. He ain't lying. He ain't in it.
Well, we know that.
How's that two sides?
Well, we don't know why they haven't called him.
I don't give a fuck about the why.
You want answers or no? Then why are we even having a
called out
topic?
why.
Thank you. So you just report news. Hey, Samuel L. Jackson
I'm
isn't
not
in
only-
Civil War. Thank you, Prodigy, for letting us know.
I'm not only reporting this shit. I'm telling you that it's fucked
You
up.
gonna say it's dark outside too?
And it's fucked up and dark.
So
Yeah.
you a broke ass
Take a sippy
weatherman.
cup and calm the fuck down.
You a broke ass weatherman.
Yeah, I guess so.
It raining today. Thank you for your news segment. Now back to the studio.
It's ready sideways.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
You just do Ollie Jack or Ollie,
Yeah.
the weatherman.
Yeah. Let's go out to Acker Alley in the weather van.
Oh man.
It's raining sideways.
Is that the name of this podcast? Is rated sideways.
Did K-Mac want to talk about the Taylor Swift thing? I didn't get a chance to put it on the
I don't
list.
even understand
Oh
this.
man,
don't
she
even
might get
understand this shit.
she might get white girl angry at you.
Yeah. She
She
might.
just
hold
might.
on.
All right, well,
You can't-
Okay,
you
what
can't
is that?
talk
While he
about
said-
her tay tay.
While he's setting that up, I got one retraction.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we
Uh
go.
oh.
I'm gonna eat some crow.
We did. You want to eat some crow? Look at
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. It's gonna
So,
be good.
Inclination on Twitter, he put me on blast from this past week, where I might have sort of kind of said some stuff about Brie Larson and Captain Marvel and talked some shit about her wanting to fight the Hulk. Well, it turns out there's a whole like 8 or 9 MCU actors that have also wanted to fight the Hulk before.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And they're all losers.
Yeah, and there's a long history and a long line, and he corrected me. I'll give him his props. He corrected me and he hit me up with like 15 articles of other folks saying, "Oh, I want to fight the Hulk." Everybody in the MCU movie wants to do that shit.
All up
She
in
still
your
ain't
feelings.
shit. She still ain't shit.
Up in your
And
feelings.
ain't nobody seen the room.
About
So who is she though?
Who's to them?
Yeah.
You know, The Room is actually on, I want to say it's on Amazon Prime right now for free. And I was going to watch it. I was like, I don't feel like
Yeah. You like everybody else on this planet don't want to see that fucking movie. Academy Award, my fucking ass.
Don't
But
get
anyway,
mad just because she trying to fight the Hulk.
inclination. You were right. I'll give you your props, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, and look, I can
How
admit.
bad does that hurt?
Don't hurt. Don't hurt. She still ain't shit.
Oh, man.
All right. What else we got?
Respect. I thought you was respecting out here.
Well,
I guess
I'm gonna
not.
take the wheel
Go
here.
ahead.
So on Monday, I took the liberty of going to check out Batman and Harley Quinn, DC movie that got released through Phantom?
Animated?
Fathom events.
Fathom.
God damn it, like
Can
going
never-
underwater and shit.
I can never pronounce that word right. But yeah, so it was a movie release. It comes out. Actually, I don't know when it comes out. It comes out I think next weekend or next Friday. I went to go see it, and I have to say this movie was not that great, man.
Oh.
It was. Did you guys ever watch The Killing Joke?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's as bad as that.
Oh.
Killing Joke wasn't that great, but
It wasn't that great. I still enjoyed it.
yeah,
though.
I mean the movie was still enjoyable. It had like some fun moments. What they did is they took the animation style from like the new Batman Adventures and Justice League, and they used that style of animation, and it's just the animation wasn't that great at sometimes. Like sometimes the animation kind of cuts out, and like Batman's symbol on his chest would kind of get blurry sometimes.
no. Yeah.
So they fucked up on that end.
So it actually has a pretty. It's out now because it came out on the 14th.
Okay, it is out.
Yeah, and it actually has a decent review.
What's decent? What number?
It's got like an 8 out of 10.
I
Is
give
that
it a
IMDb or Rotten Tomato or
85% of people liked it.
okay.
I give it a 6.5. And so, I mean, there was parts of it that were funny. Like there was a lot of in your windows. I can't remember. Hate that? Is that right?
Yeah.
In your windows.
In your windows. There were like a lot of
To the wall.
to the windows to the wall.
To the sweat drops. Wait, hold on.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was like really funny. Harley Quinn definitely was hilarious. The girl who does her voice is Melissa Ranch, and she's the blonde chick from The Big Bang Theory, and she did a pretty good job of doing that character, considering like that kind of role that Arlene Shortkin does normally for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say like they over sexualized her, but they kind of over sexualized her. Like,
But don't they always though?
but it was like kind of like
Testosterone.
over the top. It was like overly done. It was kind of, they were kind of pushing it, like the sexuality of Harley Quinn, which was kind of annoying. But another problem I had is the mask they have for Nightwing was kind of annoying. Like whenever you saw him from straight on, it looks like he didn't have a nose and he just had like this triangle in his face. What other things? There's also a scene that it's been kind of trending on the internet where Harley Quinn basically rapes Nightwing. So there's a scene where she has him tied up to his bed, fucking spread eagle style, and she's like changing her clothes and she bends over and he pops a boner. And she's like, oh, I know where this is going. And she turns off the lights. And she'll, like, he kind of consents to it, but like, he's tied down to the bed and she was going to do it if he liked it or not. But,
No, is this animated by
it's
somebody
animated.
different than who normally? 'Cause
I don't
yeah, it's right there.
know the details. Yeah, see, look, you see how his legs are like spread open, like full on, like he's like tied down to the bed and everything too. But I mean, he kind of consents to it at the end. But yeah, it
Consents
was,
in the end, huh?
yeah, he's
After he finishes.
yeah, basically. But
After she finishes.
Oh.
there's some. I mean, there was some. Like the movie was good. I would definitely say it's worth renting, not worth buying. But like, there's a scene where Harley Quinn, she works in a superhero themed restaurant, and she dresses up as herself, but like there's other female characters. Like we see Vixen is in there. We see Starfire. We see a woman dressed up as Wonder. So it's not the actual characters, but it's people dressed up as them. Like, you know how like in Japan how they have those cosplay themed restaurants where people dress up as the characters. So there was that.
Nice. trap sometimes too.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
god
boy.
dang. Well, real quick,
People
how
gonna be
much
angry.
how much were the tickets for this event?
They were basically
It's normal
like
tickets.
$12.
Yeah.
Oh,
Per
I
ticket.
figured they charge more because they're like funky events.
You never been to a Fathom? Fathom, they actually do some really good shit. I've seen. I watched a live rock show through Fathom, and then I watched a bunch of anime movies.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it because there's a lot of events that are like one time only type thing, and they're live. So I'm like wondering what the pricing was.
No, they're usually not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was also a bunch of Easter eggs in the game too. Like they brought back some of the old villains from the Batman animated series. They actually had the animated series Batmobile that Batman drove, which was fucking cool. But there's like a scene where they're inside of a bar and like some of the villains, they're in a villain bar. And some of the villains are dancing like how Adam West danced in that one video where he's like doing like he does like the little thing like that. So it's a cool nod to him. But like there's a scene where Batman gets into a fight with everybody in a thing, and they do the old school like wham bam, like the sign, words pop up.
Thank
that
you,
was kind
ma'am.
of cool. Yeah. But like yeah, a lot of the jokes that were in the movie too were kind of they came out of nowhere. They used fort jokes to kind of make shit funny.
Fart jokes?
Yeah, like there's
They
a
said
scene where
fort
Yeah,
jokes.
I thought I was in Ford. I'm like, what?
there's a scene where Harley Quinn farts in the Batmobile,
All right.
and Batman's like, "Oh, that's discipline." No, he says it smelled like discipline because Nightwing wanted him to like open the window or pull over or some shit like that. So
Wow.
the movie, it was like I said, it was interesting and fun, but it was too cheesy. Like it just didn't feel like a Batman movie. There wasn't no like action. A lot of the animation was kind of bad, like I said, but overall, I give it a 6.5 for the movie, which is at the same level as Homecoming.
All right. So if you haven't noticed, we have a lady on the podcast now. Actually, everybody noticed when you walked in. So
Our viewership spike.
yeah, I should put now with a lady. Then we get like 100 fucking subs. But anyway, Mahai Blurred says Earth Girl K-Mac is on the podcast. So we'll welcome her to the podcast. And Mahai Blurred said
we
that
need the applause like button.
the pee hole episode that you guys had was dope.
Yeah, poor Lilo. Not know where the pee hole is on a lady's body.
Good grief.
Wow.
We had an anatomy lesson going on in our last episode. It was pretty great.
That
I
was,
felt bad laughing at her.
Yeah,
though.
it's all good. I laugh all the time. I just shake my head.
Damn.
Pretty sure there's a lot of people that don't know where the pee hole is on a female.
I know what the fuck it is. I'm just saying.
I tell you, I probably learned about it a couple
I'll
of
tell
years
you
ago
this.
where exactly it is.
We don't pee out of our vagina.
Yeah, that's a misconception that a lot of people believe.
I feel like Prodigy should be hearing this.
I know, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Girls don't pee.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit on the flow.
So,
You gotta hurry up with this because my weed's kicking in.
all
So.
right.
Took an edible?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just for
You didn't share for the class? No.
I guess this week there was a civil suit that took place between Taylor Swift and a radio DJ.
A radio DJ and Taylor Swift.
And moving on.
Tell us the way.
Yeah, the radio DJ sued.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, did I say something?
I think you said
You said Taylor.
Taylor Swift and
Versus-
well, you put her first, but it was like the other way. Anyway,
Oh,
just
okay.
Fucking keep going.
Yeah.
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 It doesn't really matter.
She countersued, so
Yeah.
it's valid.
Okay. So there was a civil trial between this DJ and Taylor Swift. The DJ alleged that he suffered damages from Taylor Swift getting him fired through an incident where he had groped Taylor Swift during a photo session. He had, I guess, put his hand on her ass or up her skirt, something of that nature. She reported it to her security team, which then contacted the DJ's employer, and he was removed from his job and everything. Eventually, he decided that this wasn't fair for some fucking...
Well, he said that he didn't do it, so he was claiming innocence.
Okay.
That was the main thing.
Okay.
And she didn't tell.
No, go ahead.
She told her mom about it, and her mom was the one that kind of went and got.
I think her
talked to the
mom
radio
acts as her
station.
manager.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just her management team or whatever. And they... I feel like I'm backtracking.
So he got fired.
He essentially got fired. He sued. She countersued, and they passed judgment, and they dismissed his suit and awarded Taylor a victory in the civil case for $1. It was being pronounced as a symbolic victory for Taylor, and
What did he grab?
well,
I almost called you by your government name.
I'm a fucking
Like, you
dick.
almost just got stuck.
Oh boy!
Like, are you for real?
jump over this table.
That's all I would have done. I'd have walked into the fucking courthouse and been like, how could I have possibly grabbed this non-existent thing? I'm just saying. K-Max fucking angry.
This didn't turn out how you thought it was going to. So, and I guess there was video. I didn't really see all the evidence that was presented at the actual hearing, but I guess there was video and photos of the incident that said, yeah, it did fucking actually happen. The ass was grabbed, touched without permission, and everything. My personal issue with the whole everything that transpired with it is how it's being labeled as a symbolic victory. Now, I've spoken to a lot of people, and I understand that obviously I'm not a woman, so I don't want to come out as talking out of pocket. But I do understand that women reporting sexual assaults and crimes is a really uphill battle for them in terms of public perception, where they're made out to be the victim in terms of like, well, what was she wearing? What was she doing beforehand? Well, what's her sexual history like? And
how big is her ass?
et cetera, and et cetera. So I'm not trying to downplay that whole aspect of it. I just think that the approach to go after this person could have been done a little bit harsher and more drastic. I'll let you jump in on that whole aspect of it before I guess go in, because I don't want to monologue. I want to let.
I mean, you understand, and yet you're shitting on her decision that she made. So, I mean, look, whether or not I agree with the decision that she made, it doesn't matter, right? Whether I agree that she didn't report it to the police, or you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say. But seriously, you already touched upon why it is that women don't report sexual assaults. A lot of women and a lot of men that are sexually assaulted don't report sexual assaults for different reasons. It's total bullshit, but it is what it is at this point. So I don't know. I don't really understand your beef, because you say that you understand that women don't report sexual assaults because of XYZ, and yet because it's Taylor Swift, you're going to jump all over the fact that she didn't do it herself, because that was your main issue.
My main issue was, okay, the symbolic outcome was that she won $8. I know the DJ's name. Does anybody here know the DJ's name?
And the guy stayed fired. I mean,
well, okay, yeah, you'll get fired regardless of if you go to.
No. I mean, if he'd have been found if he'd have been found, I guess if he'd have won the suit, he probably would have got his job back.
Right, but he sued her 2 years after he was fired. The $1 was her counter-sue. Right. Because what he said, he didn't say that he didn't do it necessarily. He said that his hand was on her rib cage, not on her ass.
Well, that means you didn't do it.
Well,
so.
But I guess when I think like, oh, I didn't do this, it's like my hands didn't touch her at all.
Well, no, there's a picture. There's clearly a picture of him.
There is a picture,
but it's
right?
Like he was saying that
why
he didn't
lost. And why she won her counter.
Well, but in that picture though, it doesn't show him grabbing her ass. That's the thing. There was other pictures that I guess showed our videos or other evidence that we weren't privy to. Because the picture that I saw, I didn't think he was grabbing her ass. So
okay. Well, I mean, either way, if you go into some
his hand was back there.
If you go into a trial, I mean, the whole motion of discovery is they're supposed to exchange evidence. So once you see it, you should be like, oh shit, well this picture does exist where you're touching her ass. My whole thing is that
she was saying that it was up her skirt, and from right here, it doesn't look like it's up the skirt. But like I said, like
I don't know.
There's other pictures. So
my whole thing is, even if you don't report it as to the police right away, and essentially he was the one that provoked this into becoming a big deal. She didn't call the police right away or anything like that, which I'm not assigning sort of blame to, but she did file a countersuit. And I think the best way, personally, to prevent people like this from doing this behavior is you hang them out to dry and you embarrass them in public. For example,
and she did that with the $1 thing.
How?
Well, no. The reason why
because
she's
like going after him for a bunch of money. She's like, look, this is how below me you are.
I don't miss the first part though.
I'm going to charge you for $1.
No, but the problem is though is that she didn't do it to begin with. It was a countersue.
I know,
if he would have never sued her, it would have never been hit the light of day.
Right.
she would have just been fine with it being swept under the rug. And for me, that's a problem.
I think had even after he came out, and been like, okay, there's no statute of limitations on sexual assault or rape. Obviously, this is not a rape, but sexual assault and battery, if you want to, however the lines divvy up with it. But in terms of this actually deterring this sort of behavior from ever happening again, you just put this guy out publicly and you embarrass him. I mean, if you want to say, hey, you're not going to do this to me, show that the system is either working for women or that it's not working for women. I don't think that winning a dollar amount in a civil case shows that the system worked for women. $1 is just essentially $1. If she had took it to court and let's say the system finds him not guilty, she can stand up there and be like, hey, I presented evidence. I showed a photo. I showed a video of me, Taylor Swift, not to say like megastar in her press conference, but saying, well, she is a megastar, but I don't want her to be like, hey, I'm a megastar. Look at what happened to me. But her going out there saying, hey, I'm a woman just like all these other women around here, and I have all this publicity, fame, money, and this court system still does not respect me, where I have video evidence of somebody putting their hands on me unwanted. Show the system's fucking broken. We had like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, the whole Brock Turner thing where somebody essentially was raping somebody, gets a slap on the wrist, and the judge thinks it's all fine and dandy. I think you need to show that the system does not work for women in order to fix it. I think that, yeah, she won, and her winning $1 is okay, but we're not going to remember this guy's name. We're going to forget about this story in a couple months. I think it would have spoke more volumes if she had have taken it all the way and been like, all right, I'm going to charge you with sexual assault or sexual battery. And if it doesn't work in my favor, then everyone's going to see all the evidence that was laid out and about how you are enabling men to put their hands on women and there's no consequences or repercussions for their actions. Or if it does work, then you see that, hey, I'm Taylor Swift. It worked. Women do like how I did. Don't just let people touch you, go unreported, and pass it on as boys being boys or whatever, and just swat the hand away. Either take it to the full extent, show that the system is broken, or try to show that the system does work in your favor. I think this middle ground, where just taking into a civil court and winning $1.
Well, she didn't take him.
Doing the countersuit, just going after $1, and then previously, beforehand. Before the actual monetary value was released, saying, oh, well, whatever I get in my countersuit, I'm going to donate to women's special advocation groups for
why does it always have to be more? You keep going on and on. Well, she should have sued for more money, or she should have been sued for more money and then donated her money. She did what she felt she needed to do at the time by reporting it to her management and getting the guy fired. To her, potentially, that was over, right? You can't dictate how somebody is going to move on past some kind of sexual assault, whether it's somebody inappropriately touching you or somebody molesting you or somebody raping you, right? You can't dictate how she is going to react to that, how she is going to deal with it. Okay. I'm not done.
Okay. No, I'm saying okay. No,
you getting the finger.
No, I agree with that part. My issue is announcing it as being a symbolic victory for women. That's where I'm like, I tilt my head at.
But it is. This guy tried to sue her, even though he's the one that grabbed her ass, right? So there's that first. She didn't need to sue him for a whole bunch of money.
It wasn't even about grabbing asses because he lost his job.
Because he lost his job.
That's what it's all about. It wasn't even about grabbing her ass. It's just because he lost his job, and so he felt like
But if you walk backwards through it, he lost his job because he did that, and she reported it, right? So even if she didn't report it to the police at the time, and maybe she felt like it wasn't a big enough crime. Maybe she felt like there are actual rapes happening. There are actual other things happening. To her, maybe it wasn't as big of a deal, right? You can't dictate how she reacts to this, how she needed to handle that. She did it the way she felt like she needed to. It wouldn't have even come into the court system. It wouldn't have even been on our radar had this guy not tried to sue her. The countersue for $1 was just to show, I'm right. And did you even look at the line of questioning that she was hit with? She had to consistently go back and defend herself. And there is still that line of questioning about provoking her. Well, why did you still pose for this picture? Oh, you're cozying up to his girlfriend instead. There's still that kind of line of questioning that she's not the victim, that she instigated this. So that is
well,
wrong.
hold on, because in a courtroom,
if you're found not guilty, you're right.
Yeah, and you're innocent until proven guilty. So
but
you
still.
can't. So you can't do that. They
Well,
have
not
to,
in a civil court. In a civil court, you have to be beyond the preponderance.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But they still need to question her in a normal manner. You know what I mean? They can't just be like, oh, well, just because you said this, then we can't question her in a certain manner. Like, because it is kind of weird if somebody did grab your ass or sexually assault you, and all of a sudden you're cool with like their girlfriend hanging out and shit like that, and you go along your normal day.
She wasn't cool with the picture that you showed.
Yeah.
There was a girl on the other side. That was the DJ's girlfriend, and she was closer to the chick in the picture because he was grabbing her ass. That's all I'm saying.
But you still have to ask questions like that.
Right, but all of those questions, that's the same questions that women get anytime that there's a sexual assault
Yeah,
reported.
because you want to know why? Is because there's times where women falsely claim sexual assault, and it fucking happens.
I totally agree that that's bullshit. But the line of questioning of a woman who's been sexually assaulted makes it sound like they provoked the attack.
No, it's a line of questioning to prove whether or not they were sexually assaulted. You're coming about it like kind of the wrong way, because you're saying automatically that she was sexually. Obviously, we know she was sexually assaulted. All right, because the guy was found guilty, or I guess it was in her favor. But in general, they have to ask those questions to find out if there actually was a sexual assault committed. And I understand that part. Like, you can't go in and be like, well, because a woman said that she was sexually assaulted,
That's
that
not
it happened.
what I'm saying.
But that's what you said.
But that's not what I said.
Yeah,
I
is.
said it was the specific line of questioning that's being thrown at her.
And that's a normal line of questioning for sexual assault.
Okay.
My thing is, if you are found not liable in a civil case, then you didn't do it. You won. You were right. So throwing a dollar figure on it doesn't say how right you were.
Well, no, the reason why we know that she was is because he was fucking stupid. Because he did it. It's obvious now.
Yeah.
And she didn't sue him. And so that was the thing, is that he was like, I need to get, my career back on track. I'm going to sue her for money so I can get my life back together, even though he knew he was guilty. Right. And so it was her countersue. That was the countersue was what was symbolic. So I understand that part of what came back saying.
But the dollar is symbolic in itself, because if she had sued him for $1 million, you know what people would be focused on? That $1 million.
Well, she said previously that all of her anything that she was awarded was going to go to help women who were victims of sexual assault.
You said
And
women.
she
a
turned around.
whole dollar
sorry.
is going to go to that?
And
This
she
was
donated.
before she was granted a dollar.
But she actually turned around and actually donated her own hard-earned money
Her
to
suit
it.
claims that any money
She does that
received
all the
from
time.
her suit claims that any money recovered from the case will be donated to charitable organizations dedicated to protecting women from acts of sexual assault. This was before the ruling. So if you're gonna say whatever I get, I'm giving to whatever, then I have no problem. You can ask for $10 billion. I don't have any issue, because it's a countersuit. She didn't say I'm suing you. I'm not. She wasn't the aggressor in the lawsuit. She wasn't the plaintiff. She was the defendant. So I understand. I have no issue with her counters. Oh, you're gonna come at me with this bullshit saying that you got fired because you touched me? Okay. Then here's the countersuit. I have no problem throwing the countersuit back at him. But don't be like, well, I'm going to countersue him, and then whatever money I'm going to give to, in reference to me winning this countersuit, if I do win, I'm going to give to charitable organizations, and then be like, I just want $1 for symbolic reasons. Then why are you even mentioning charity? Why are you talking about I'm going to give all my...
I don't know. What credible source is this that you're quoting?
CNN.com.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty credible.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't
I thought
know.
it was going to be some shit website.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
typically
can't
Taylor
say, but
donates money a lot of the time.
she
to help
does
out stuff,
every
so.
single year.
I
but it's
have no issue
And
with
I'm
it.
pretty sure she donated that $1 though.
But this is the same. This is the same Kaepernick bullshit, right? Oh, if he's going to protest, why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is? It's the same
he did.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that, but that's what he's focusing on. He's focusing on why didn't she sue for more money? Because if she would have sued for more money, that would have... People
Helped
would have
out
been
better.
talking even worse shit about her.
But it was a countersuit, though. I understand what a countersuit
I know,
means.
and I say sue, but she countersued for the $1. I get that. But if she had countersued for $1 million or $10 million, that's all that people would be focusing on. And people would have this negative line of thinking. Like, oh, well, why does she need all that money? The point wasn't the money. The point
it wasn't
was
the money.
you did this and I am right.
Right. Well, it wasn't the money, because she said it's not about the money. Anything I get, I'm donating to. So anyone that says, oh, she's just looking for money, can't fucking read. So that's not even an issue for me in any. And she said that way before shit even came out about her getting the dollar.
Right, but you're like focusing on this $1.
That's because I don't see it as symbolic. I think symbolic would be show the system is fucked up and is broken and does not respect women in general, or show that you now are showing that the system does work for women. That's more symbolic than a monetary amount of $1 for me in a countersuit.
I think when you countersue, it has to be for something. I think that's one of the problems too. Like you can't countersue somebody for nothing.
Well, I mean, and I don't want to say how I would handle it because obviously people handle sexual assault in many different ways. It's obviously probably the most traumatic physical crime you can do to somebody and be a victim of. So I don't want to be like, oh, well, she should have taken him to jail and stuff, even though I might have done that, someone else might not have. That's different folks, different people's opinions. I just don't consider it symbolic when we don't. I know the guy's name, but do you know the DJ's name?
Well,
or where it happened at?
Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Well, I think that's kind of.
Well,
she kind of buried the guy though, like 2 years ago. So I think that's one of the reasons why we don't know who the fuck he is, because he got buried.
I have a question.
But even so, he can go get another job.
Can he?
Why can't he?
Not.
Especially not now. The motherfucker just lost the suit.
It's a civil suit.
Yeah, it's a civil suit.
Don Imus called black women nappy-headed hoes on fucking on.
Oh yeah,
and he got several jobs.
That guy's not Don Imus though.
And Taylor Swift is like
local
super
DJ
popular
in Colorado.
We've seen local DJs go have sex in Catholic churches with the guys that did the Whip It Out Wednesday.
But that's different from sexual assault.
It's not sexual. It's a civil case. You don't have to report a civil case on a job application. You have to report it if you were a victim of a misdemeanor or a felony crime.
He doesn't have to report it, dude. It's all on the news.
Nobody. We don't even know his. I know his name, but no one knows his name.
Hold on. I'll bet you the producers in Denver, Colorado, know what the fuck his name is.
If he gets a job in Jacksonville,
can I run a hypothetical for you? He's a DJ, right? Radio DJ. You're telling me right now, if he applies for a job in any other fucking state in this country, that they couldn't look up that DJ in the fucking news and be like, oh, I see that you sexually assaulted.
Well, let's revisit this, and I'll give it 6 months. 6 months, and I'll
what are you gonna do? You're gonna look at his LinkedIn profile?
I'll see if he's does that not prove a point? If he has a radio gig job in 8 months, then what? How did this? I mean, obviously he's not working at that station in Denver, but he still has a job.
I'll bet $5 you want to have a DJ on the air job.
I'll bet you $1
in 6 months.
Let's go.
Can we bet?
We'll bet around the
wearing
beers.
that Princess Leia costume again?
No. I learned my lesson. I paid my debt to civilization and everything.
You paid your debt to the fandom. I have a question. So if she was doing her countersuit, can she request the dollar amount, and then if she loses or wins, can the judge change the amount of whatever's awarded?
The judge can do almost whatever he wants.
So it makes you
It's
wonder.
They can't give you more money though. They could lessen your amount. They can't award you more than what you asked for.
Yeah. So my question is, did she initially ask for a certain amount and then the judge reduced it?
No, she asked for $1.
Oh,
as far as I know.
In the countersuit, she requested. That would be
the countersuit. Yeah, her countersuit was for $1.
Yeah, it's a civil thing, so there has to be some sort of monetary thing that exchanges. But I just think that, like I said before, make an example of these people that just think it's okay to go around putting their hands unwarranted on women. And I mean, I bring it up almost all the time on the MJ Kobe cast. Mike Tyson went to jail for rape. He was convicted and charged with rape. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's so funny," and that's a rapist. We're still forgetting, and people just seem to erase that from their mind.
I haven't erased it.
Oh, I think a lot of people in general just like, "Oh, Mike Tyson." Well, he flipped out that one time when they asked him about it.
He says that he raped other people, but not her, which is kind of funny to me. But I'm just saying. Yeah.
Funny how?
It's funny as in like fucked up that he's that kind of crazy.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So I just think that making an example of people, I mean, even Ezekiel Elliott, the guy that's being suspended for domestic violence, they showed him on a parade float just grabbing a girl's titty and whipping out her.
You're giving examples of people that make millions of dollars. This motherfucker was a local radio DJ.
Right.
He's not worth anything.
But I'm saying, what is it? Still, if somebody commits a crime and puts their hands on you, idealistically, in a perfect world, I would want a woman not to have to factor in, well, he's got money. I don't know if people believe me. I want them to receive the same amount of justice as a rich person would. And
sure. Yeah.
So I think that puts a step in the right direction into having that utopia, which hopefully might happen one day, but realistically probably won't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I just think that, I mean, getting out and reporting these crimes, because it seems like every time that we do a story where somebody reports about, oh, well, this person assaulted me, it seems like, unfortunately, we're trying to piece together a timeline of events and be like, well, how soon after did it happen did she report it? Why didn't she report it right away and stuff? And it's because of the stigma, like K-Mac touched on, where they're going to have to get in front of a jury in a trial.
Whoa. I touched it, but was there consent?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Ask Blue. Blue's the consent.
Yes.
Was there a boner?
No. Actually, pre-recorded live went over this. You have to cup your hands forward, and you have to put your genitals in their hands.
Oh, God.
This is the consent thing now. It's like the genital handshake.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, because essentially women, like I said before, are put on trial when they are supposed to be the defendant in any time there is a sexual assault case or rape.
All right, well, let's get off the subject. I have something I wanted to ask K-Mac, because I forgot about it from last time. And since you don't do Earth Girls Are Easy every goddamn week now, I guess I got to ask you on this podcast.
Oh,
so,
Joe's.
this is like the dankest question ever.
Oh,
Lilo wouldn't answer. Lilo would not answer. I was like, you better answer the damn question.
All right.
Oh, shit.
So this is from Sierra Audrey Greening. This, like, it's a long name. Anyway.
off Facebook.
So I have to I'm going to switch things around because it's going to fuck me up just saying this. So your boyfriend and your dad.
I'm going to see your face when you say
listen to this. Your boyfriend and your dad switch bodies.
Oh.
You have to fuck one of them to change them back. Who do you fuck?
Oh.
Dad or boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, you see
we're going to have to screenshot that for the live.
Oh, man. The dankest.
Y'all motherfuckers both would die.
They wouldn't die. They'd just be stuck.
In the bodies.
Yeah, you'd be stuck.
Lilo was like, I'll find a way. I was
You
like,
know
God
what?
damn it, answer.
My mom and I would go on a Mexican vacation and just not come back.
Wow.
That's all
I'm
bad.
fucked.
Leaving us.
I mean, you're not.
Yeah, I'm fuckless.
Yeah.
And I'm old. Jesus.
Well,
That's
shit.
awful.
But you're
Wait,
white.
if you
yeah,
go,
you're going to be many more years closer to dying.
yeah. I mean, damn. If you go on a
That's
Mexican
years.
vacation, what if you run into the donkey show?
Why do you have to go there?
Oh, Ninja, you don't just run into a
Actually, I was walking down the streets of fucking Tijuana and saw a little peep of something. It wasn't the tequila talking.
I've been at TJ a lot of times. I never happened upon a donkey
I mean, it may
show.
have just been a donkey in the
I might have
street,
went to a
and my
donkey
mind
show.
might have gone there.
Yeah.
But
Probably
how you
proud
gonna
of you.
make me answer that question?
They made me answer that question.
Yeah.
Ew, you answered that question?
Oh,
I-
no.
The same thing you said. Yeah, I was like, nope.
All right. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, thanks.
All right. That was Earth Girl K-Mac
Bye bye, K-Mac.
from the Earth Girls Are Easy podcast.
And Scrappy, go.
Coming to drop this dankness and their mascot.
Trappy out. Go.
That was the Earth Girls Are Easy.
Talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Tay and the dankest questions we've been ever asked on the cut.
All right, where we going now?
What the hell were
Oh,
we?
Justice League reshoots.
Oh, yeah.
Again?
Well, every movie has reshoots.
Yeah, but this one's
I heard it was unwatchable.
yeah. So people
Yeah.
did end up watching the Justice League movie. I guess some people had a sneak peek and they were saying that it is unwatchable.
Yeah, but here's my issue
and
though.
that it's way too fucking dark.
Here's my issue though. These people, quote unquote, are unnamed, right? And we don't even know who they like. Are they critics?
No,
we don't even know that.
So I can answer part of this question.
Go ahead.
Only because I did this before. So before a movie comes out, it's screened by people, like just normal people, all the time.
Uh-huh.
And so these are probably screeners that are watching that.
Well, you're
So-
saying probably though. Like,
no, more than likely. I'm saying like 85%. They bring in normal people
Yeah.
that watch the movie and then they write down what they thought of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on,
And
hold
then
on. Wait,
it's
wait,
like-
wait, hold on.
Like the Nielsen thing.
Wait. You're saying this for a unfinished movie that
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
final product, like
Yeah.
months before, before they've done the reshoot.
Bruh, I watched,
They always do this.
I watched
Okay, I'm just asking.
I
to
watched The
clarify.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty
Yeah.
a year before it came out.
Okay.
Like legit a year before it came out.
Okay.
And this is like not even all the CGI was done yet. And they
But
were
wait. You didn't sign an NDA saying you
yeah, I
couldn't.
did.
Well, then how could they be people if?
Because people don't give a fuck. People don't have fucking morals like I do. Goddamn it.
Yeah,
Old Ninja was out here talking
saying-
about some shit like last week. We were like, I don't know if you should be talking about it. He's like, I don't care.
When I sign an NDA, I don't say shit because I used to have a clearance. Well, I still have a clearance. So yeah.
I feel like Warner Brothers would sue the shit out of people who
not
sign
that,
NDAs.
not that I know who the fuck it is. I mean, it's the internet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be anonymous.
Yeah. But yeah, there's people screen the movies, and you could say that it's unwatchable. So
Yeah, I've screened a few movies. Like I've seen, I think I saw the Iron Man, the original one, before they added all the CGI, and I actually saw all the cables and stuff.
All I'll say is this:
It was bad.
whether they are screeners or whether these are insiders or something like that, the movie product that's going to be in the theaters is not the one they watched.
No,
I mean, we know.
they're definitely going back and reshooting.
You know.
stuff, so.
But if they're saying like the acting is like cringeworthy,
We don't even know what's been taken out.
yeah. Well, the thing is though,
well,
so
they actually. Let me see if
We
I can
know
find
what's
it.
been taken
Yeah,
out
so
from what they watched.
the
Or
thing,
what's gonna stay
yeah, the
in.
thing is that when you're watching a screener like that, like they'll tell you in the beginning, look, we're gonna have parts in this movie that are unfinished.
Yeah.
And so those parts, please bear with us. Because like when I watched Secret Life of Walter Mitty, there were CGI parts that were just, it was like blocking and shit.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
could
yeah.
tell what the fuck was going on. It was still a fun movie, right? But the main part of the movie, like the main acting parts, those are still going to be in there. And
But-
so if they're saying like if the movie's unwatchable, then
But you're telling me the main parts of the movie that are acting. And again, I'm not trying to defend DC. If it's shit, it's shit. But I know that they're reshooting some stuff with the actors doing the acting.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
I mean-
well, probably because of this, because they listen to the screeners.
Well, they were the screeners were also saying
maybe.
that the movie was too like dark, not like dark as in.
Did
like,
they say screeners
contrast.
in the article? Did they say screeners?
I'll have to go back and
'Cause
try to find it.
I think we're still speculating on that part. But in any event, November's release is not the one they saw. I know that.
No
No
we
one
all know
sees
that, but
the
we're
November
also-
Yeah,
release.
I'm just-
Well,
until-
but
except
it's not going to be
director.
too much. If they do everything right, it's not going to be different from what we're
Even
gonna
with a
see.
completely different director and a lot of reshoots.
Well, I mean,
edits.
obviously, they're reshooting. Obviously, some of that reshooting is because of what they said. So they're going to do more reshoots because of what they said.
Well,
That's the whole point of screening.
but if there's a new director that came on board,
When they come on board.
way earlier this year.
Well, then
He
it
came
would have
on
been part of his vision then.
He came
Yeah,
on
you're
in
fine.
April.
yeah, I'm just saying that it sounds like there could be both going on. Maybe some from screeners, maybe, and then some from a totally different director that wants to reshoot things because he didn't like what it looked like.
But it said people said it was. That's why I think it's screeners because people said it was unwatchable.
did we get that? Actually,
So
Reading
what-
over the article right now.
So then, when did they watch this? Was
That's a
this a
great
couple
question.
months ago?
This was
Was this recent? Well, the article's recent, but when was their screening?
I don't think we know.
Because if they saw this back in like, I don't know, May, April, there's still a shit ton of work that could go into it before.
a lot of
that.
that's like technical. Like
yeah, it's all CGI
It's all
stuff.
CGI,
Yeah.
technical, graphics, kind of whatever CGI shit. But in terms of like, if they're saying it's unwatchable, that really focuses on like acting and plot.
I hear you.
Yeah, continuity.
Yeah.
I hear you, and you're typically right. It's just that we do know that they've done some of the reshooting of the acting
It's
too.
true.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and in
Okay.
fact, they were saying there was unprecedented scenery done for the reshoots, like huge sets, as if they were filming a feature, which is usually not done for reshoot.
It could be complete trash.
It
This
could.
is not one of the movies that I'm looking forward to this fall more than like Thor and Star Wars or whatever. I'm just saying I need a little bit more to go on, more
me,
details
this
about
need-
when they what they saw and when they saw it.
This is one of those movies I'm hoping to be good, but I'm fearing it's going to be like shit.
All right. Well, we'll see.
It's all good though. You want to talk about some gaming?
Ooh, yeah. Did y'all know?
All right, wait, goddammit. Shut the fuck up.
Well, this isn't on here.
It's not about gaming?
Nah.
Okay.
Y'all know about there's a Wipeout Omega collection?
That is about gaming. You fuck.
I had to steal it somehow.
Oh god.
All right, Agents of Mayhem, you got that one right?
Well, yeah, but I want to give our goddamn sponsor first.
Oh, shit.
And tell
Go
Ninja
ahead,
how to
shit.
go shit all over my
I
fucking
did.
sponsorship stuff.
I
It's
didn't know
all
you
good.
go to the sponsor. You didn't say we got, give a shot.
I shouldn't have to, goddammit, at this point.
Do it.
All right. So this portion of the podcast is brought to you by GameFly. GameFly is better than Netflix. That's right. I said it. What they do is they send to you. You make a list of games that you want to play. All right. And what they do is they send you those games, and when you're done playing them, you send it back and then see the next game that's on your list. It's pretty epic. It's a subscription-based service, and you pay no late fees, which if you were born in a long time ago like me, and you had rental places like Blockbuster, and you rented a game, and you kept playing it, and you owed them like $1,000, and you're like, what's going on here, man? This game only costs like $30, because back then games were way cheaper. There's no late fees with GameFly. So basically, as long as you're playing that service, there's no late fees. And if you like the game a lot, you can not send it back and just pay for basically a used price of the game. So and then they'll send you the box art and all that stuff. So it's pretty epic. They have over 8,000 new and used games for basically every system that's current right now, and some of the older ones as well. They also have movies as well, so you can get Blu-rays, stuff like that. And say you don't have a console, they got you covered. You can play streaming games on the Fire TV, on the Samsung Smart TV, on the LG Smart TV, and a few other Smart TV type items as well. So you don't even need a console anymore to play games, which is pretty epic. We're living in the future, y'all. So if you go to gameflyoffer.com/BTHBTHI, you will get your first month of subscription on us. That's right, a free game on us for a month. So once again, that's... damn, I'm messing things up today.
Try Gamefly.
Gameflyoffer.com.
Gameflyoffer.com/BTHBTHI. Code Bridge10.
No.
Yeah,
you messed
my
that
bad.
part up.
Put the pressure on me.
Gameflyoffer.com/BTHBTHI to get 1 month of subscription service on us. All right, now on with Wipeout. Go ahead.
Before you move forward, so with the reshoot, they're saying it's Josh Whedon made some changes, and that the ending of the movie was supposed to introduce Darkseid, and people felt like it just wasn't right. So it doesn't really say who watched it. It's kind of using general terms.
There's another article that I just pulled up showing that it was Warner Brothers allegedly called it unwatchable.
Allegedly.
I mean but that's the company that's making it.
Yeah.
So, and that was of an early cut. Who knows? Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeout Omega Collection. It's like an HD version of all their Wipeouts all in one. It's coming to the PS4. I had no idea about this game because I thought Wipeout died.
They're actually fun games. They're racing games that go really fast.
Yeah,
so.
I actually have the one for the Nintendo 64.
It's kind of like F-Zero. To be honest with you.
They play Wipeout in Hackers, right? Isn't there like a scene where they're...
That's...
No, isn't there a scene where they're playing a racing game and that's
when did Hackers come out?
I don't know.
It came out in like the mid-90s. PlayStation wasn't out by then.
Yeah,
but they were
early 90s.
Let me see if I can find a scene.
All right.
I know there's a game they were playing and Zero Cool beat what's-the-face. It was like his first time playing it.
Pretty sure it wasn't Wipeout.
Was it Asteroids?
I could be wrong though.
May have been something similar to it because it was kind of
check it.
Going through stuff.
Agents of Mayhem. Let me hear about this. You got it, right?
Agents of Mayhem, yes. The team that brought us the awesome series of Saints Row. I wish I had some Saints Flow right now. I could drink that.
That's good stuff.
Get superpowers. Yeah, Saints Flow, y'all. You don't know what that is? Look it up. All right. Anyway, the people that brought us Saints Row made a new game. It's a spinoff called Agents of Mayhem, and it's pretty epic. I like it a lot right now. Basically, if you like Saints Row, if you haven't played Saints Row, go buy Saints Row the Third right fucking now. Think of Grand Theft Auto, but with better humor.
Yeah,
like
and it's only on PS3 though.
Yeah. Well, actually, Saints Row, there was another one.
The fourth one,
yeah,
they remastered. Yeah,
but the third was just that shit was off the hook. It was a great fucking game. Like I think I might have platinumed it. And I'll
Probably
platinum
did.
many games.
That was good platinum.
Yeah, it's a very fun game. Anyway,
and co-op too, right?
Yeah, it did. This game does not have legit co-op, so just a fair warning. It's like you can when you're playing the game, you switch between 3 characters, and they're all different. So it's kind of like a mix between Saints Row and Overwatch, in my opinion, and sort of like some GTA elements as well, because the way you used to switch between 3 characters in GTA, but in this one, when you switch between characters, you're in the same spot. So you pick 3 characters and you're in the same spot. You can switch back and forth. It's really important because when you're about to die, you can switch, and the other person starts healing when you switch.
Kind of like a fighting game, playing tag fighting game. In terms
Wait, real quick, you all said that Saints Row the Third was an exclusive.
It was on PS3.
It wasn't exclusive.
Yeah, I was about to say okay.
It was on Xbox 360 as well.
And Windows.
Anyway. So far, I've only played maybe hour or 2 of the game. It's been great so far. I love the game. It's the same type of humor, same voice acting. The only thing that's kind of weird though is like the cutscenes are in animation,
Oh.
But I'm getting used to it, so it's fine. What's cool about it, though, is that when you play as your 3 characters, they're all different, and they added in additional RPG elements into it, which is cool. So you can get gear, you can get different skins, you can upgrade different shit, you can get different weapons.
And you're not in that same city, though, right? Steel City or whatever?
Yeah. Steel City.
But they had that for both 3 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what kind of pissed me off about 4, because it was the same fucking place.
It felt like big DLC.
Yeah. But this one's definitely not a DLC. It's all different. It's been pretty dope so far. Like, it's like this Indian chick named Rama, who's my favorite character right now, because she has this bow and arrow that's fucking devastating. It's almost like overpowering, but I'm loving it so far. So yeah, if you guys get a chance to check out that game, like right now, I'm giving it a solid 8.
Oh wow!
So I'm really enjoying it. So when I get a chance to play it, actually I'll have a chance to play it after my oldest goes back to Michigan. I'll have a little bit more time. So
cool. Next,
jumping back to Hackers, it was Wipeout that they were playing.
It was.
Yeah, Wipeout came out in September 29th of 95, and Hackers came out in September 15th of 95.
Wow.
And they had a pre-pixelated, unplayable demo of the game.
Okay, that's what I was saying, because like it wasn't even.
Yeah, it wasn't an actual game.
Yeah.
But it was like for the movie basically.
Okay. Good shit.
Y'all see this game, Lawbreakers? Y'all
Yeah,
know this game?
Okay.
It looks dope.
I was
So-
on the alpha, even though I didn't play it.
So is this a PS4 exclusive?
Is-
Kind of looks.
Is that the
like-
one where
so.
you're escaping the jail with the?
No.
It's like
kind of
Gravity.
like Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
okay.
of in the air, fast twitch, first person shooter
Yeah,
stuff.
it looks like a lot of aerial
Yeah,
combat.
it's like Overwatch mixed with Quake.
Yeah.
Some people are swearing about it. I got a couple folks on my Facebook.
So
that
this
love
game
it.
just came out this week or last Tuesday?
Very recent. It's
very,
$30
very
bucks on
recent.
PSN.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if anybody's interested in this.
It was
or-
shit. What's the guy's name? He's the guy who made fucking Gears of War. So his name. Cliffy B.
Yeah, Cliff Blizzinski.
Oh, he did
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah,
That's good.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
sure it was him.
Okay.
I thought Lawbreaker is a VR game.
It
No.
could be- I don't know. There could be a version. I don't know, but from what I've seen,
Maybe
the
it's like
gameplay
ported
looks
or something.
similar to like Overwatch, but with a lot more aerial fighting.
I'm not convinced, especially for that price tag, that the number of maps and content, warrants the $30 investment. I'm not sure. I need to ask some people who are playing it, but the folks who I know who are playing it enjoy it.
Yeah, and it was Cliffy B. He's part of he made this game. He's one of the people on the team that made this game.
He makes good games.
And they used My Dream Swift to play Lawbreakers in VR.
Nice.
And it's available on PC too, because you can get it through Steam.
Oh wow!
Damn,
Wipeout
Cliffy.
Omega's getting a high score from GameSpot.
Nice.
It's got a solid 9. Interesting. I haven't played Wipeout in a minute.
Alright.
So the Uncharted game
I was just about to go
about
into
to
that.
come out in what 10?
Next week, right?
Is it next week?
Next week on Tuesday, I believe. Lost Legacy.
I thought it was the 28th or whatnot.
I thought it was 22nd. Yeah.
Either way,
Fact
it's coming
check it.
out soon.
I'm really looking forward to this. I believe. I mean, Naughty Dog hasn't let me down in a long fucking time. So, I know this is DLC. It's standalone DLC. It should be fucking great.
Still, Trapgate keeps going, man.
Oh god dang!
We addressed that. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
I basically will not comment. Fuck them. People are still going.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said what we said. You know what I mean?
People don't understand what the fuck respect means.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I can't break it down any more than that.
We define what a trap is. God damn it.
Anyway, did we see a price tag on Lost Legacy?
I thought it was 40. I thought it
it?
was going to be 40.
No,
I don't believe it's a
$39.99.
$60 game
Yeah. Okay.
for DLC, but it sounds like from at least some of the folks who have played it early on, somewhere between 10 to 20 hours worth of content, which is very satisfying.
That's not bad.
You know what I mean? Kind of like a short Uncharted game.
So multiplayer, co-opness.
I do not know.
Yeah.
I do not know.
I mean, I know you play as the two Nadine, crazy like Kung Fu Nadine.
I think you play as one of them, and then
Yeah.
the other is
Is
kind of
controlled.
with you,
Yeah.
NPC
So
style.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have like the what's the mode in Uncharted? Like it's not Uncharted, but it's not Horde.
Plunder?
Is that what they call it?
What are you talking about? Where you get the
wave
trophy?
the wave base.
Oh,
yeah.
survival. It's like a survival
Yeah, that
kind of thing. Yeah.
Would
Wonder
be
if that
fun.
mode's coming
I
back.
plan on getting it.
Yeah,
It should
looks
be.
interesting.
It should be dope as hell. Any other games? We're still on the cusp of Destiny dropping next month.
Yeah, and
We're in the
2-3
cusp
weeks.
of somebody listening probably getting a free game.
Oh, wow.
Destiny 2.
I'm anxious to play Evil Within 2. I saw a couple of little things pop up on my.
Drops later this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be dope. I still need to play
I love the first one. I'm definitely excited to play the second one.
Good shit. Good shit.
You know, we got 2 big things coming up soon. We got
Events?
Well, yeah. I mean, Blue's getting
You,
married.
so you should know one of them.
Yeah.
Well, it just said 2 big things happening. I was like, there's the solar eclipse happening. There's
Okay.
We ain't
You're about to be
controlling
on couch life.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue. Actually, no. We got 3 big events. Blue's getting married. The day after that, Crunchyroll Expo. We're gonna be there apparently. And then on the 2nd, we have fucking a panel for San Francisco Comic Con.
Yes, yes.
you also forgot your birthday.
Well, yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There you go.
I might die tomorrow.
Oh, god dang.
Fuck your liver.
Well, no, so I'm doing jiu-jitsu tomorrow, and I'm going to ask my instructor to do basically 38 minutes straight of sparring.
Good.
I'm going to see what's going to happen.
Is that's your highest limit so far?
Well, that's a long-ass fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't watch you
5
train, but I
minutes,
mean, like,
yeah.
have you gone anywhere close to that long before? Or?
I've gone like 20 minutes hard with my instructor before.
All right.
But, yeah, 38 minutes, obviously, I'll be 38 tomorrow, if y'all didn't know. So I'm going to see if I can go 38 minutes straight, just fucking sparring.
Damn,
Or rolling, if y'all do jiu-jitsu. So.
Damn, I
See if
remember
I
back.
survive.
I remember back when, in the 1800s, when I was 38.
Nah.
Long
Oh,
time.
fucking ass.
You were fighting Nazis and shit.
Yeah, no shit. And they're still here, goddammit.
Punch it in.
You got a job to do.
You failed our country.
Yeah.
Hey, that wasn't just fucking me. There was a whole platoon of us. Fuck your feelings.
Did they give you syphilis,
Get out
though?
there. Oh, shit.
Defense-
It was a government thing. They didn't tell us what was in the vial. Just saying.
What are y'all thinking about Defenders dropping early Friday morning?
I'm
Oh,
watching.
is this Friday?
Yeah.
This Friday
Oh,
morning.
shit. I'm
So
looking forward to it.
12:01.
So, I mean, I believe we talked a little bit about people seeing some stuff early.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any buzz quite yet. I'm sure there's people
I
that
think
have
it's
seen
heard
it.
it. Mixed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't heard positive buzz. I should rather say
Well,
quite yet. Quite yet.
They gave their opinions, but I mean, the fans will give their review when we watch it.
And some of it was bullshit. It's the same. They're saying the same shit about Iron Fist,
yeah.
which some of it is legit, but they keep saying the cultural appropriation. Which, god damn it, it's the way it was in the fucking comic books.
They're
Fucking
saying
stop
that
it.
again for Defenders?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
like, so complain about his shitty fucking acting
The director's
and
fighting.
Stunt work,
fighting.
yeah.
That's fine. Stop with the cultural appropriation bullshit. Because it's not like martial arts state in goddamn Asia, you fucking idiots.
Where the comic book character wasn't white.
And
but
he was white, so that's a problem too. It's so fucking stupid.
So I'm excited. I mean, just like Rick and Morty, I already fell down this rabbit hole, so I'm super invested already. I'm going in knowing that there's mixed reviews, but I want to see. I've been excited for a while to see all these characters come together and fight. Plus, I'm super curious to what the fuck Sigourney Weaver's
yeah.
character is going to be and
Yeah.
what
Big
she's
star.
about.
That's the biggest star
I
on
think
it.
Yeah,
she's
so
gonna be a alien queen.
Oh shit! Ooh, that'd be
Get
dope.
the power lifter thing.
That would be good. That would be dope.
And then have like Jessica Jones be like, "Get away from here, you bitch!" And
Yeah.
just slap. That'd be fucked up.
Well, I heard they're bringing back the purple guy.
Oh,
I
season 2.
thought that was for
Really?
season 2 of
Season
Jessica
2 Jessica
Jones,
Jones. Yes,
not
Jessica
Defenders.
But I mean, what if
I thought
we get
she
Easter
broke his
egg?
neck
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Hey,
timeline-wise they're
Firelight,
going to do it.
Hey, time heals all things.
Yeah.
Except these crazy eyes.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. So it sounds like most of y'all are going to watch
Yeah,
it Friday
I haven't heard
through
any
the
reviews,
weekend.
so-
Thursday night,
Yeah.
probably a little bit.
And I'm
through
sure
the
it'll be flooded, just like with all Netflix release. People will go binge watch it, and so I'm sure we'll all have our opinions, and we'll be hearing all over Twitter how good it is or what's wrong
weekend. Oh
with it.
yeah.
There we go.
We'll probably talk about the first half on next week.
Yeah, probably first at least 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah. So
I guess I heard to
speaking
think
of-
about not Daredevil. The Punisher.
Oh,
The actor
yeah.
is doing the Punisher.
What about him?
So apparently, I guess he fought to make sure the character isn't likable, because I guess that's what the studios were try to do to make him seem more like a hero, where people kind of
Oh.
feel good for him or whatever for him doing
he's
shit.
an
But he's
anti-hero.
like, no.
I heard he challenged the Hulk.
God damn.
Damn.
Well, according to Marvel, he might win.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Yeah, right.
stronger.
Yeah, he's
Insane.
stronger.
Yeah,
Glass jaw
no,
Hulk.
I'm all on board with Punisher being. That's the one I'm actually looking forward to the most, if I'm
Yeah, me
really
too.
honest.
Because he killed it in fucking with Daredevil.
Yeah, I
Holy
mean,
shit, that whole prison scene, shit was like the best scene of all of the Marvel universe.
You know, a lot of prison scenes are actually pretty good.
Oh, God.
Not the rape ones.
Oh, never mind. Then.
You must not have watched the TV show Oz.
Nah,
There's a lot of questionable.
You are
dropping the
correct.
soap and dicks.
Yeah.
I did not see Oz. You are correct.
You didn't see Oz? Oh, you're missing
no,
out.
I did not. Should we talk about
Titties?
no? Well, a show that shows a lot of titties. Them Thrones. We didn't talk about this
Damn
episode.
Thrones. I gotta get some
Thrones.
refreshers. I gotta remember what the fuck was going on.
Set us up, Stitch.
Oh boy, this is gonna be one of the hardest ones because I was thinking about that on the way here because they did a lot of sort of jetpacking from location to location to location in one episode where I enjoyed it as a fan kind of because I didn't have to wait for stuff, but it definitely was a much different pace than how we are normally accustomed to in terms of Jon Snow's leaving Dragon Island, and then all of a sudden, boom! Now he's back in the north again. I'm just like, wait a minute.
I thought he got a ride on that F-16. Did he get a ride?
Yeah, so they
But
did hop around the location.
They
a good
did,
bit.
and there was some stuff like, so we see the aftermath of the battle. So Jamie
That's
gets
some bullshit.
saved by Bronn because they're in the river and not the ocean. So
That river
How do you
was
get
fucking
tackled
bullshit.
into a river and you're wearing an anvil or fucking, and then you just wash up fucking 3 miles down shore with some guy who's supposed to be diving and picking you up? Like you can't survival float.
He's
hold
smaller
no
than
fucking.
Jamie.
Can't,
Smaller than Jamie too.
yeah, you can't hold Iron Man and survival float. Fucking 3 miles down the thing. That was some bullshit.
There should be Dothraki and obviously a huge ass dragon visibly in the area.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
there was smoldering fire, but that was
Yeah.
kind of about it.
Yeah, so pretty
But
much
anyway,
he
he
washes
survived.
up. He washes up on shore. We see the smoldering ashes and everything. Bronn's just like, yeah, fuck this. I didn't sign up to fight no dragons and everything. Jamie shook. Jamie then goes back to the King's Landing.
Yep.
Tells Cersei, hey,
We about to lose.
we're fucked. They got the dragons.
And there was
I
just
only
one.
seen one, and that shit fucking barbecued the entire fucking city.
So did.
Well, barbecue.
The
not-
battlefield.
Yeah, the whole battlefield.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And that's not even talking about those motherfuckers with the curved swords that were just slicing away and
Do it
chopping
for
away.
fun.
Doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
He said, I didn't
It was like
see them
intramural
fight.
sport for them.
Yeah, he said, I seen
He's
them
like,
fight.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
And Cersei wasn't trying to hear all that shit because Cersei's in her own little world.
She's like, we got money, goodbye mercenaries.
Yeah, and ironically, before that, they had that discussion. She was talking to her hand of the
Magic Man,
hand of the
her
queen,
Merlin.
hand of the hand of the queen, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
Secretly doing some little whisper type shit. Also, it gets revealed that my mother-in-law, Lady Olenna, killed Joffrey, the one true king. Yeah, so that sort of gets revealed. She didn't want to believe it at first, but Jamie played it, like put it out there. Hey, if you wanted somebody to be a puppet, much more person Tommen than Joffrey's, and clicked her head. She was kind of shook on that. She was then visibly pissed at Jamie for not making her suffer. So because she asked him, well, did you find this out before or after you gave her the poison? Because she wanted to fucking like parade her through the streets and
Yes,
torture and embarrass her. And Jamie sort of gave her the easy way out and had her drink the poison. And Jamie found out the news. After that, we find out, I guess her last egg in her fucking ovary got fucking fertilized, and she's with child now.
She's a fertile old lady.
Guess so. She's
taking them nuts.
with child, which
Eventually they're gonna have some hemophilia, goddamn Cyclops baby.
Yeah, no
You
shit.
really can't fuck you, or you really shouldn't fuck your sister.
Yeah, same gene pool, just mix it
Oh,
over and over
But
again.
we're gonna touch on that aspect. We'll put a little push pin on family relations in that. But yeah, that is gonna be interesting. And we still.
Dude, are we gonna talk about fucking Samwell finding the shit about Rhaegar?
Oh, of course, yeah, I'm gonna progress to that.
man.
Yeah. But just to tie off the nice little bow on that, it's gonna be funny because we all know that King of the Ocean of the Squid People wants to fuck.
You're
He's down
He
with.
ain't never gonna fuck.
Yeah, he'll die
Ain't
before then.
Never gonna fuck.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be some problems because he's trying to
They're
fuck.
just gonna kill him.
She's gotta pretend that she wants him to fuck to keep that navy in her pocket.
Yeah.
And Jamie, now that he's like, you ain't putting no dick where my seed's at, and that's gonna be a problem. You ain't gonna put no dents in my baby's forehead.
That's physics.
Yeah. So now we move on to the Maesters and Tully and everything. I'm getting a whole order of events, but I want to make sure I get all the good plot points. So essentially, they're having their little meeting, all the Maesters, and talking about what's going on with these White Walkers and everything because they received a raven from Bran, who visually went into the crows, saw that the White Walker army moving, marching, reported back. They said, send ravens, send a mass fucking email, reply to all. And fucking they got the email, and now they're ignoring it and playing stupid with it.
Yes.
So Samuel, when he was done cleaning his bedpans and everything, was happy to be in the room and started to confirm, be like, hey, yeah, this is legit. And like dumbass old people, they sort of shoot him aside.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, no, and whatever. And there's always one cranky old person that just poo-poos on some shit. They pretty much, they were like, all right, well, we'll send something back saying, all right, well, we need further proof, et cetera, et cetera. And then Samuel, upset, runs off. We find out that the Maesters know that Samuel's father and brother were torched by the dragon.
Yes.
Because they refused to bend the motherfucking knee. Huh. So then slowly, Samuel goes back to his chamber quarters with his wife, who's learned how to read and is running the little romper room in their little small hotel room there. And she unveils like the biggest plot point like ever in terms of essentially that, I didn't get the names mixed up, but it is Rhaegar had a secret marriage to Ned's sister.
Well, actually, to be clear, she says that he had his secret wedding with a woman.
Yeah.
In the island of Dorne.
Dorne, yeah.
And he had his current marriage was annulled, and apparently the same day or within the same time.
Yeah.
He got secretly
Essentially,
married.
they did a little Britney Spears like Vegas wedding kind of thing, and went off to legitimize their actual marriage after they smash. So it essentially, without putting it out in plain English, essentially Jon Snow is not a bastard. Jon Snow is technically the nephew of Khaleesi.
Well, that's still...
Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't... Yeah. Well, yeah. That's sort of what they were dancing around and alluding to. That.
But Sam, we don't know if Sam fully heard Gilly.
He didn't hear it because he was too busy mad because he didn't get listened to by the old people in the thing. He was too busy getting ready to pack up some scrolls and bitch about how many times whoever took a shit and did whatever. But he wasn't trying to listen to his lady. And that was obviously a huge plot point because now essentially Jon Snow now has a legitimate right to the actual throne.
He would be the rightful heir.
Yeah. To the actual throne, and makes bend the knee bitch take a back seat.
God dang.
Can we talk about their interaction with the dragon?
Yeah. There's some sexual tension.
Or not.
Between
Khaleesi and Jon Snow, between aunt and nephew. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they don't know that they're related. That dragon knows. That dragon's got that fucking... he smelt it. Which is absolutely hilarious. And, I mean, the graphics on it was really good. I read something, and I guess each episode of Game of Thrones costs around like $6 million budget-wise, which, I mean, that's expensive as fuck. But, I mean, they're putting that money to good use. I mean, they blew up fucking wagon trains. This dragon's fucking seat. They're not just showing, like... 2 seconds of the dragon. The dragon's fucking sitting in the fucking jury while Daenerys is fucking putting motherfuckers to trial or whatever.
Dickon and the other dude got
the fuck up. I can't wait to screenshot that. I was like, that's just epic. I was like, I want to put my head on like in the background.
Do you notice the dragon doesn't just follow simple one-word commands? Like the dragon,
Dracarys,
yeah, but the dragon acted like he was like, okay, I'm gonna eat you as soon as she says so. Once the trial, quote unquote, is over, and they don't. But then the dragon seems smart as fuck.
Yeah, the dragon is smart as fuck.
The dragon was waiting. He's like, I need to eat one of you motherfuckers.
Well, it's fucked up. She should feed the dragon. I was telling Lilo, I was like, let the dragon eat. Dragon's gotta be tired to work. Give him some Gatorade. Get him a nice good ass meal.
Not till Mama says
Give
so.
him a goat.
The dragon hasn't eaten.
We don't
ate in a while.
I mean, You don't need to see it feed. I mean, if you
I want
want
to see it feed.
And it's like an arrow to the knee. I mean, the shoulder. You know, it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
deal.
Injured, can I get a little fucking
He got
popcorn? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't gonna fill him up, but let him get a snack on.
There's
And
probably
that
some
would be
cows.
more intimidating.
Get
We
a
obviously
snack
seen
on
it. We always saw the dragon torch some shit. Let it chew on some motherfuckers.
Yeah,
true.
let
Yeah.
him get his snack on by eating dick on.
Yes. So that whole plot point gets revealed. Now we go back to the Winterfell, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Winterfell.
Wait, hold on. Did you not watch?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, it bounced around.
Yeah,
so
no,
Winterfell-
yeah, it was all over the place. That's why it's hard for me
I
to
watched it.
make sure. No, you didn't.
Shut the fuck up. You didn't watch it.
So essentially, the people are getting a little bit rowdy in terms of Jon Snow not coming back. He's late. Dinner's ready on the table. It's getting cold. They're like, "Where the fuck you at, Jon Snow?" And Arya is sort of in the background watching this whole. I don't want to say a rebellion yet, but sort of whispers of sort of a slight mutiny. Yeah, angst is a good word. And she doesn't really squash it in a way that Sansa probably should. And Arya definitely takes note and is confronts her about it. And I think it's really pretty badass for her to just go and be like, "Hey, why you letting people diss Jon?"
Can I say something real quick?
All right.
I hated this because Arya to me is not about politics at all. In all of these 7 seasons, for the most part, she has her list. She's about killing. I didn't really like her diving into the stuff with Sansa and the house all that much.
It's about Snow because she's closer to Jon Snow than I would say she is to Arya.
I don't even like that so much. Like, she seems like ever since she's gotten in Winterfell, it is her. If her list is her ultimate goal, which she said over and over and over and over and over again, why does it seem like that's taken such a drastic backseat?
Well, hold on. She had the list because her whole family was gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she still has the list, right?
Yeah,
She
but
still does.
she needs to.
She prioritized.
Yeah,
Reprioritized.
I don't like the politics.
Hold the
not
fuck
all-
on. She hasn't even seen John yet.
Nope.
But yeah, I
So
understand
that's
that.
part why she's sticking around.
She knows Jon be back.
No, not about the sticking around. It's about jumping into the politics stuff of Winterfell.
I don't.
got a
what else
problem.
you gotta do?
I don't think it's the politics.
Focus
It
on
wasn't
your-
I don't
politics.
think
You
it's
just be like, "Why
politics.
you talking shit?"
I think it's about family, honor,
Yeah.
and name. Like you can tell they're all talking shit. And
That's
she's
never
like,
been important
Why
to
aren't
her.
you sticking?
Well, she didn't know she had a family. Her whole mission and killing people with
is her
each one
family.
that fucked over her family.
And to me, it's still her primary mission. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she eliminated the phrase because they killed her family. Now she's finally reunited after 7 or 6 seasons of not even seeing a family. She thought she was a lone fucking wolf. Now
thought
she
everybody
finally
was
a week ago she just saw her sister again.
True.
And now she's waiting on her BFF, her favorite family member, John, to get back from this mission. So she's just chilling, waiting in the lobby, sitting in the living room, waiting for John to get back, and family members talking shit.
Exactly.
Talking about overthrowing John.
His subordinates.
And, yeah.
It's not about them running day to day, where to send gold, what kind of supplies. It's about them talking shit about the family.
Yeah, saying fuck
And
John,
she's like-
essentially.
And she goes to Sansa and like, why aren't you sticking up for John?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
pretty
yeah,
much
she's
it.
like, what's the deal?
She's
Like,
not saying, oh, you need to send troops here. You need to get this, acquire this, procure that. No, she's like, why didn't you say anything when they were talking shit to John?
I don't like it.
and essentially, I mean, even she sort of pieces it together, saying, "Oh, you've always liked nice things. You've grown accustomed to."
She was talking shit.
She was rightfully talking shit and putting it all out there, and I mean, she called out Sansa and to her face, which
did.
I think was great. And Sansa needed that reminder because she had been talking out of pocket at these meetings where John's supposed to be running the show. She did it twice, which sort of provoked this mini sort of rebellion in terms of like, is John doing the right thing? Every time Sansa opens her mouth and is just like, no, we should do this. Essentially, now she's where Arya calls her out and says, oh, you've dreamt of this. I can see it in your eyes right now. And she couldn't say shit. Sansa's scheming, and I don't like it. But the biggest scheme going on now is Littlefinger. This motherfucker passing notes, getting caught passing notes, and then pretending like, I don't know. It's hard to tell what he's actually setting up.
Yeah.
Because he's, on the surface, it looks like he's trying to play on this whole rivalry going on between Sansa and Arya. However, Arya, nobody knows Arya's the fucking chameleon and can put on different faces, do whatever. She's the only one that knows that. So I'm hoping that Arya gets the last laugh and is one step ahead.
so
Is
hoping
Littlefinger
for
on
that.
her list or not?
No, I don't think he is.
Not originally, but
Okay.
Yeah.
with the dagger, and I think she's piecing shit together with that whole dagger gift and everything that she's observing since she's been there. So I'm hoping that Arya puts a dagger in Littlefinger.
In his heart. Put a dagger in his little finger.
Oh, damn.
All right.
And then we have the Avengers teams.
Oh, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad teams up. They release the guy that never dies from the jail cell with the Hound. And
the Lord of Light, the God of Light, or whatever.
Yeah.
Then and also in King's Landing, they picked up the forging guy, the metal maker.
They picked up
He's
Robert's bastard.
I can't think of his name.
He's actually the heir to the throne too, which is fucked up.
Yeah, that is true. Good point.
Yep.
And that whole thing was kind of weird in terms of their plan to bring a White Walker to King's Landing.
I didn't get that at all.
That
So
seems
that way,
dumb.
Cersei can see what they're
It's
fighting
just to
against.
stop the war.
It just seems like a
it seemed like
dumbass
such
plan.
a stretch with Cersei. I mean, like Cersei doesn't give a fuck. Like,
Well,
with
yeah, but
one.
if you have like a million goddamn White Walkers, you know what I mean?
I think
all
she'll.
it takes is one to literally wipe out probably half of King's Landing because they're not going to know how to beat it.
It seemed like it was going to be a tool to convince. It just
Yeah.
it seemed like a stretch because Cersei
Yeah,
can't predict how.
And then
people react.
we did see Braun reunite with not Braun, Jamie reunite with Tyrion after they had their little secret meeting in the dungeon, which Cersei still knew about.
Yeah,
which is
which was weird.
weird
I mean, that's
as fuck. But I don't like this whole plan.
Cersei's fucking up again. She did this before with the fucking the High Septim or whatever.
Yep.
Or stuff that she knew what the fuck was going on. She didn't.
Nah, yeah.
And then she had to just blow them all up.
So, yeah, Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, I lost.
Yeah.
I can still blow you up though.
Yeah, let's start this all over again.
that was
Yeah,
badass.
I mean, but we are getting close to the end of the fucking series, and I don't feel like we are wrapping up nicely.
Well, I
At least
mean,
not yet.
they're going to go, I guess, pick up this White Walker for some fucking reason and try to.
Fail miserably, probably.
Yeah, it just seems like a dumbass plan when they could just be like, yeah, can I borrow this F-16?
Yeah.
And can you just let me co-pilot and we can
we talk about the
do a
hamburger meat face though?
Hamburger meat fish.
Yeah, when that dude with the hammer, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't like swords. I prefer a hammer."
Yeah,
the guy, the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "That's a big ass hammer."
Yeah.
And then he went hammer time on the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was like, "God damn!"
He fucking got all the momentum behind that.
He went full Negan.
Yeah, he fucked up 2 dudes in a matter of like 3 seconds. I was like, "God damn!"
I was worried once he started cocking it back. I was like, "How's he gonna get 2 of them with this motherfucker?" He fucking whop and just kept the motion going.
the almost reload.
Yeah.
And they showed his face, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's got a hamburger face."
Yeah, just know in Monster Hunter, if you get that hammer, it's gonna be the same kind of motion.
Yeah.
Real quick, we haven't seen Grey Worm in a while.
No,
obviously.
we
He's
haven't.
a
But we
disgrace.
also,
They hiking back. They Uber left, like we
And-
said.
Well, and you haven't seen his sister either.
His sister.
Yeah, we have no idea what happened to her.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
She got brought back to fucking King's Landing, but we don't know what happened to her.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Whose sister?
He's talking about Theon's sister.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh,
Grey.
sorry.
yeah.
Grey
Oh, you
Worm.
said Grey Worm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah.
Grey
I
Joy.
was
Yeah,
too,
okay.
Same thing. We still don't know what.
I was about to say,
happened
Grey
here.
Worm's
Grey
fucking a
Worm's-
legit piece of ass, not no
Yeah.
He's
incest.
scissoring a legit piece of ass. He ain't doing no fucking dickless ass.
Yeah.
It's all bad. Oh yeah, we don't know what happened to Euron. Where the fuck did he go? He go
He
home?
waiting to fucking plow into Cersei. But yeah, Suicide Squad opens the gates and they marching towards the fucking Night King to try to capture one and bring it back. It's a
dumbass
hold on.
plan.
suicide mission.
I loved how Turmon was like, "Is the big woman coming?"
Yeah.
And
They need to
John-
they need to
and
get
John,
on.
John was just cracking up laughing. He doesn't even answer. He's just busting up laughing.
He all about that.
Yeah, he sure was because he stopped what he was doing, raised that eyebrows up. Is big one coming, big girl coming? He's like, no, she ain't coming.
But yeah, we got 2 episodes left. I heard that the last season's not coming until 2019.
Wait, I thought
I
this
thought
was the last season.
No, it's
No,
not.
there's
not?
No, there's
They're
one more after.
They're making spinoffs though.
There's
Yeah.
a season 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna come to a complete conclusion in 2 episodes.
Yeah, I was about to say because
Yeah.
it's not wrapping
This is,
up.
this is the
nicely.
second last season. The next one I think is not coming out till 2019.
So
I-
are they waiting for the books to be done?
no,
Nah,
books,
they ain't
books
wait.
ain't catching up.
They ain't catching up
Yeah,
to shit.
yeah.
What the fuck then?
All right.
All right.
Uh,
Throne.
Them Thrones. What else we got on here?
What's this shit about Pornhub? Who put this on here?
Oh, I put that on there.
The fuck?
It's kind of. I ain't got all the like serious details.
Oh well, then fuck your shit. Then.
But whatever, motherfucker. All I'm trying to say is, according to Pornhub, there's been some scientific studies saying that millennials no longer like tig ass, big old titties.
Well, fuck the millennials anyway. That's right. Fuck y'all. What's wrong with y'all not liking no titties?
They had a graph with like the number of like huge titty porn, that people would be downloading, and it just was going downhill over the years.
What qualifies as huge titty porn?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Actually, so I think they said anything over a double D was considered big titty porn. But
I like tits. I don't need no fucking Samantha 38G bullshit in my face.
Oh shit!
Golden Eggplant Award-winning porn star of the year, Samantha 38G. Say it with respect.
Oh, just like you say Brie Larson's name with respect with her Golden Eggplant Award as well.
Fuck her with respect. But yeah, so that's surprising.
I have to put on the glasses to read from here. What's it say? I see charts and graphs. And
yeah,
shit.
I love when
there's science behind it.
It's interesting.
Science behind it.
That's pretty good.
I love it when Pornhub does stuff like this.
They edged us out, goddammit. Millennials killing us. The 60% of millennials. I'm sorry. Millennials account for 60% of Pornhub's visitors.
Yeah.
So
great.
that's age 18 to 34. That's millennials for y'all.
That's awesome.
And time spent per visit, millennials have 9 minutes 10 seconds. Older generations have 10 minutes and 15 seconds.
Got to pop that Viagra.
No, they got to pop that dusty nut. It takes a little longer. Goddammit. Gender split.
More dudes. Come on now.
Yeah. Dudes. Yeah.
But
all right, so hold on. Here goes the thing. The most popular search terms for millennials. First one, lesbian. Second one, teen. Then stepmom. Then MILF. Then squirt. Then mom. Gross. Then stepsister. Then Japanese threesome. Massage. Ebony.
Wait.
Black,
Japanese threesome is not the same thing.
No, Japanese. Then threesome.
There you go.
Massage. Ebony. Black. Cartoon. Gangbang. Anal. Cream pie, hentai, celebrity sex tape, Asian in public.
Where's the
Asians getting disrespected.
Where are the cuckolds?
No cuckolds.
No Overwatch.
no
And
food.
then terms searched by less millennials compared by other generations. Okay, so they search for more of these things.
The millennials do.
Look at
Yeah,
the top.
millennials do. Cosplay by a shitload.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hentai by a pretty much shitload.
Every
TLV,
prodigy.
Anime, emo, gym, yoga, teacher, tickling. Really?
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
That's a new one.
Party, college, tribbing, which is a great one. I'm just saying. And which, if you listen to Earth Girls Are Easy, so apparently, what are we calling her? Shit on the podcast.
Oh, they call her
Jay?
Jay.
Yeah,
Okay, so Jay, who is lesbian, she thought this wasn't a real thing. I knew it was a fucking real thing because even though she's a lesbian, obviously.
Tell what it is for those who don't know.
Tribbing is when two girls like scissor together and like rub their vaginas or their vaginas are close together. And she thought it wasn't a real thing.
I seen it.
And then she tried it with her partner, and apparently she liked it.
That's what's up, Jay. That's hilarious.
I like it.
Learning, man. That's all we do here.
Yeah. So
Teach you
and then foot job, and then these are the ones where older people search for more
There we
than
go.
millennials.
Wait,
So,
the last
Yeah.
one's gotta be tripping.
yeah, it's kind of funny. So cougar, hand job, cum shot, babysitter, wife swap,
That's
swingers.
cuckold. That's cuckold.
Yeah, swingers, smoking, hairy, which is granny, which is gross. Amateur wife, dogging, which is the doggy style.
No, dogging is it's a
dogging
European thing. No, it's usually public sex, usually in a car or outside.
Okay. And then
or a park.
and then long nipples.
I don't get that one.
I don't get that.
No, that's a good one.
That's
Miss me with that.
All right, categories viewed more often by millennials, which are number 1, lesbian. Number 2, big dick. Number 3, ebony. Was going just down the list. Teen, then MILF, babysitter, babe. Big tits is on there.
Yeah, but
on
it's
there.
still lower
Yeah,
though.
it is low. And then anal, and then hentai.
At the bottom.
Yeah, and then older generations. Oh no, we just went over that.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim Kardashian's way up there. Jesus Christ.
The most popular porn stars
Most
searched
popular.
by millennials.
Yeah, so I'll give you like the top fucking 5.
That's
So,
funny that she's on there as a porn star.
yeah, which is weird.
That's
She only
hilarious.
has one sex tape, right? As far as I know. So it's Kim Kardashian, Mia Khalifa, Lisa Ann, Asa, Kira. I think only 2 of those are actually like current.
Yeah, Mia's
still doing
retired.
stuff. Yeah.
Lisa Ann retired too, isn't she? I
Yeah,
think
and
Asha's
then,
the
and
only
then
one.
Madison Ivy, who I don't even fucking know.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Riley Reid's
Sarah
still active.
Abram.
Yeah, I see busted ass
That's
Sarah J
hilarious.
on there.
How dare you?
She in the gray. She for the old people.
How
Oh,
dare you?
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
y'all know who Farrah Abram is,
Pinky's
right?
on there too.
Yeah.
She's at
So
Real
she's
World-
from
Real-
MTV.
Mom.
She's
Yeah,
from
Teen
Teen
Mom.
Mom 2.
wow.
And then she started doing porn because she needed money.
But I thought she was good looking for a bit, but then she got all fucking plasticky.
Yeah,
and
she
shit.
got all plastic. Yeah, all
I
kinds.
love
of
how
surgery.
Pornhub has legitimate like statistics behind their
Yeah.
shit.
Wait, what is this?
It's crazy how they were able to collect this information.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't remember ever filling out a survey.
No,
I mean,
they know from where the fuck you are.
Yeah,
from
they
your
have
IP and shit.
they have metadata
But not age.
from where you come in and what
You don't
you
put
look
you,
at.
well, it's if you have a login.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
log in.
And then they just have. So apparently, North Dakota is the highest proportion of. Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Top 3, California.
California's up there too, though.
Yeah, we got 40 million people. That
We
makes
also
sense.
make a lot of porn though too. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
All kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you
enough
gotta
now.
throw
Yeah.
that link out there on like Twitter or something so people can be amused because there's a lot of easy to read charts.
Pornhub is on point with their shit, man.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
but millennials need to like some more big ass titties.
Nah.
So what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they got
I've never been much of a titty man. I'm more of an ass guy.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but-
like what you like, but
Yeah.
true. I mean, but if they got little titties, you can't titty fuck.
If you got a man bun, you got to question
Fuck
the
me the
fucking everything, you know. So,
all right. We got anything else? Any other? Oh, did
we
we
have-
get to the Ask Beat and B?
Nah, we did not.
All right, I put this one on here. This is gonna put y'all on the spot if you didn't do your homework.
There's actually a few that's not on here.
Yeah, they weren't written
well,
down.
you
Fuck
gotta-
them. Give your top 3 anime, old or new, that you still will be watching before the end of 2017.
Are you still
Old
watching?
Ninja.
Oh, before the end of the year.
Yep. What you gonna watch?
So new.
Or
season-
old?
Season 4 of Voltron, Legendary Defender.
There we
And
go.
that shit comes out in October.
All right. You got 2 more?
I want to see Blood Sea Uncensored.
Good shit.
Shit's fucking
'Cause-
violent.
Yeah, and the third one, I probably won't do this before the end of the year, even though we keep talking about it. We talk about it over and over again, and that's Death Note. Because I literally only watched the first episode, and I never went back. So, but I do. I think the top one on the list is definitely Blood Sea Uncensored.
All right.
Dude, it's funny. There's a parody video out there of Light watching the trailer of the Netflix Death Note TV series that's coming out, and it's so fucking hilarious because at the end he's like, you know what? They're gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna fuck with them. And like he just starts doing his little writing thing, and at the end it just says Death Note Netflix on there. That you wrote in the book.
What you got for your 3?
For me, I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Super. It's in certain communities, usually the black community, people aren't liking it. They said it's kind of shitty. They're kind of redoing stuff, but I don't know. I think it's still fun and interesting to watch. I went back. Wait, this is all anime, huh? I'd also say My Hero Academia, because that's been fucking killing it.
Good shit.
And I was gonna say I actually went back and started watching the old Batman the animated series.
God fucking damn it, man.
that's not anime.
I know, but it's not anime. But it was animated in Korea.
This
But no, that's why I said like this is an anime, so I'm not gonna say that. But I did go back and start watching that. But
Flip over the table, goddamn it.
This table's heavy.
I would say for my third one, like I actually want to finish watching Bleach because
Okay.
I never finished it because it got too like it pissed me the fuck off because they had fillers and they went back into the story for like through 2 or 3 episodes and then they went back to fillers and they even tell you like, oh, you know, while Ichigo is fighting such and such, we're gonna just take a look back and see what's going on over here. I'm like, why are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they went to filler in the middle of a fight scene, and that was like egregious.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since
bad.
then. So I'm gonna try to go back and because somebody posted up his final form. I'm like, oh, I can't watch it. I need to like actually watch anime to see what his final form is. But yeah,
Carlos, you got your 3?
Yeah. So My Hero Academia, Code Geass, Lelouch the Rebellion, which is great. If you're not watching now, it's on Crunchyroll now because of the Crunchyroll Funimation merger or whatever. Definitely check that one out. It's fucking dope. And also, I'm hoping that Boruto gets better. So I just have high hopes for it because I mean they should be better at this point.
Sitz, what you got?
The professor always has something new for me to try to watch, so I can't remember. He's got like a list of shit for me to check out, but I can't remember any off the top of my head. I want to go check and see if any new Assassination Classroom got released, because I hadn't checked in a while.
I don't think so, but go ahead.
Okay. And then I still need to, I think later this year, September or October, another season of Food Wars is coming.
Yes.
Yeah, so I plan on watching that with some umami kind of shit going on.
All right. I got Food Wars on mine. I got Space Dandy. I never fucking watched that one, and I definitely want to go back and do it. And then I got, I'm going to try Dragon Ball Super.
oh cool. Yeah.
Based on Blue's motherfucking-dation.
I'm not sure if I mentioned it last week, but that Outlaw Star is coming to Cartoon Network.
Yes, you did mention it. Yeah,
That's a good anime, too.
on Toonami.
I'll probably get back into watching that because I can't even remember what the series was about. I just remember it was just fucking good.
I remember the ships had arms and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Blue, you managed to finish Voltron, is that right?
Yes, it did. It was great. I can't wait for them to release the rest of the season because it comes back like later
October,
August, right?
October
Oh,
14th or 16th or some shit.
Yeah,
Pretty quick.
It's interesting how they pulled in the princess into being one of the pilots for the.
Well, they did it originally in the 80s version, but it was still pretty like it wasn't like a quick thing. It took like a process, which was cool. So,
now all the colors are all fucked up though.
Yeah, it is.
Because everybody like they wear the same colors as their lions. Now all the colors are all scattered, other than green and yellow.
So season 3 holds up just like season 1 did. I mean, it's just
actually,
same quality.
I think season 3 is a little darker.
Okay.
Than season 1.
I
Even
need to
though
watch that one.
season 1 had a little bit of darkness, this one goes a little darker.
And they go into a backstory of Lotor.
Yeah, a little bit. They go more in the history about how the war started
and how they built the Voltron cats too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they also do alternate universe episode. That was fucking crazy.
At first, I thought that was gonna be a gender swap.
Yeah,
thing,
but no, it was like literally like culture and almost species swap type shit. It was crazy. It was a good ass episode.
Y'all wanna Stitch? What you got popping this weekend?
This weekend, I can't really think of anything. I probably just try to do some gaming. I want to finish up on the last 2 episodes of Rick and Morty that I haven't seen from season 2. That show's great. Hysterically fun. I plan on downloading the Assassin's Creed Freedom.
Oh yeah, Django.
Yeah, the Django one. I want to get that and play some time on that because it's free this month on PlayStation Plus.
There was another game too that was free. I got them both.
Just Cause.
Just Cause 3.
Yeah, so they have some good stuff on PlayStation Plus. So if anybody out there has it, definitely check it out. I'll try to Twitch some of that gameplay out for sure. Other than that, I don't really think I have anything. I mean, I plan on watching The Defenders, obviously, and that's all I can really think of.
All right, Old Ninja, what you got?
Yeah, the piggyback off of what Stitch was saying. Definitely checking out The Defenders. Probably like when it drops, like 12:01 Friday morning or whatnot. I'm catching up on Gotham. I'm in the middle of season 3 right now before it comes back. I'm caught up on Rick and Morty so far. A new episode should be on Sunday night, I believe. I need to catch up on The Strain, actually. I forgot to watch last Sunday's episode, so I might watch that tonight, actually, after the cast. I'm going to try to do, like, a community play date, so look out, check our Facebook page and Twitter to see what we're planning on doing.
What do you mean by that? Community?
So it'll be basically people, our listeners, friends or whatnot. We're going to post out when we're going to be gaming, what game we're going to, and then invite, a select amount of people. If we get more requests than we can handle, we'll pick out a few, have them game with one of us or a few of us, and Twitch it out. It will be Twitched out, so you'll be able to see the antics and see the craziness.
I should play some Tekken with some people.
Yeah, so we're going to try, I think Prodigy and I, we're probably going to try to set this up tomorrow, but be on the lookout for an announcement from us about what time and what game, what system we're going to do this. We're going to try to make this a weekly or bi-monthly thing, but just be on the lookout in the next couple days about some gaming with Be the BTI.
Hell fucking yeah. Blue, what you got?
So there's a book that the Sweetness and I read like a couple of years ago called Mr. Mercedes. It's by Stephen King. And I did not know this, but they made a TV series based off the book.
Oh.
And basically what the book is about is there's a detective. So the book begins with a guy driving a car through a crowd of people.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Killing like a bunch of people, even like a woman with her baby. And basically this detective gets the case, but he retires before it's ever solved.
Yeah.
But this guy, Mr. Mercedes, starts taunting him. So it's just pretty much him. The book is about him trying to find this guy before he does it again.
I've seen the commercial for this. It's with the old guy, the redheaded ginger guy with the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. The only reason why I knew.
Hold on, he's a redhead and a ginger?
Well, one or the other.
He's like Irish too.
Yeah, Irish
the black
guy.
Negro.
Yeah, one of them peoples.
But the chick from Weed is in there, Mary Lou.
yeah.
She
She's
plays like not his love interest, but so the first episode came out last Wednesday. and it's only available through AT&T Dish Network. And the only reason why I came across it is because I was looking for shows through Cody, and I saw it. I was like, this can't be the book, and it turned out it was. But I watched the first episode, the pilot episode, and literally his neighbor was down to fuck. Like, she literally said, like, hey, you know, you're old, I'm old, how about we fuck? He's like, why would I want to do that? He's all, look, and she hands him her phone, and it's a naked picture of her on the phone. And he's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And it's so far it's been pretty funny, but like, it's so far it's pretty close to the book. And I think it's gonna be 12 episodes.
Okay.
But I'm definitely looking forward to that because it's a really good book, and I mention to people to check that out if they like kind of suspenseful detective books or novels or whatever. I'm also going to a draft party this weekend too, even though I don't play fantasy football.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ!
Dungeons and
what
Dragons.
the fuck?
I've been going to this for a long time. And I just go to hang out with friends while they do their draft pick. I just kind of the spectator, get to hear them kind of bullshit and talk back and forth with each other.
You should record this.
Enjoy some good ass fucking food.
And ask about AA Ron.
Tell him about Olivia Munn's husband.
I'm pretty sure they don't know.
Her ex-husband or whatever. Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's a good time with friends. You know, we usually get like professional taco people come by with and make tacos and shit like that. With a bunch of drinking and shit. So it's a lot of fun. Hopefully I can finish up my VR review of oh shit, I can't remember the game name now. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a VR review this weekend, and then also I'm gonna try to do a product review.
Nice.
All right. Kronos, what you got?
Tomorrow's my fucking birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how cool it's gonna be because I have a goddamn home inspection on the same day.
But
But
are you gonna try to kill your liver or not?
I don't know. I've been on keto for a while. I've been drinking a little bit. Like, actually, I'm gonna drink either tomorrow or Saturday heavily.
Definitely next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday I'm definitely gonna drink. So yeah, like heavily.
Everybody bring your spare liver, but don't.
Other than that, it's the last week. My oldest daughter's gonna be here, so that's gonna suck after that. And then I'm gonna bring back probably Cronus Does the podcast in September. So yeah, that'll be something to look forward to.
So right after Labor Day, then.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Not gonna wear white anymore. You know.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
All right.
We also have the solar eclipse that's happening Monday.
Oh yeah.
Sure is,
Monday?
but
Should
we
be
won't be
fucking
able to
epic.
really see. We're not in the path in California at
Well,
all.
it won't be complete blackout, but you're gonna see the moon cover the sun. It's gonna cover 75% of the moon of the sun.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
All right, if
it
you're
is-
sure.
Apparently, we're gonna be able to see some weird shit.
Yeah.
All right. We shall see.
Just don't look into the sun.
Should be dope.
Good fucking shit. I can't wait to play that goddamn Uncharted game. I'm really
Still got a
looking
couple
forward to
days.
that.
So it's on Tuesday. You gonna get it?
Yeah,
If it
I'm
comes out
gonna
Tuesday?
drop. I'm gonna get it at launch, and I'll probably Twitch it out and shit.
You gave
So-
what you're doing?
That's what I'm
okay.
gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be watching some. Winona's been lit, so
Oh shit.
I'm fucking with that.
Yeah.
We need to get Melanie on the fucking cast.
There
Yeah.
should be a, I guess, in the next couple days, look out for Old Ninja's review on Gentleman's Club.
It does not have an official name, but yeah, be on the lookout.
And then an episode of Stitch's Shokugeki
Get
dropped.
ready to be disappointed.
Yeah, we gave ratings, so it'll be interesting to hear what we
Alright.
talked about on that.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So check us out on Facebook. Be on the lookout for an announcement about some gaming. Check us out on Twitter at BeThenBTI. Check out our website, BenHatProductions.com/BeThenBTI. And listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Is it Apple, iTunes? Whatever the fuck Apple's got. We on
Leave a
there, too.
rating, 5 stars.
5 stars. Check us out, Stitcher, Player FM, BeThenBTI. There you go.
And thank you to Something Cast for our new intro. We'll hit you up with a promo pretty soon.
Oh, and thank you to Earth Girl K-Mac for coming on the show.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We had a lady.
She still needs to answer that question, though.
Oh, Sierra.
Wubba-dubba-dub-dub.